You guys know how we start these things. Roll call.
Jacob.
Kaya.
Nick.
Ryan.
And Steven! Welcome back, everybody, to Tyranny of Dragons, The Lost and Found, episode Life. Episode 42.
That's from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yes, topical. Funnily enough.
It's actually programming humor.
Yeah. So, Hitchhiker Guide to the Galaxy and other fun puns and ironies? Ironies aside, let's jump back to it. So, in our last session, it's all Creighton's Carter all the time, baby. After the party absolutely decimated that first room of orcs, it just turned them all to a bunch of ashes and husk with a well-placed fireball. The party continued down deeper into the Carter. There, they encountered 5 chained, reflavored death dogs, and look, the bison meat that you guys all got came into handy as you just handed over the huge thing of bison meat over to these dogs, and they were pleased as punch to enjoy chewing on these much larger bones instead of chewing on the little goblin bones that they had already mostly consumed. Really, they treated them kind of like our buddy Ben with wings and just cracked them open and try to get the marrow out from inside of them. It's really just a horrific effect.
I
It's
forgot about that.
yeah,
Oh,
Ben's
I forgot
fucking
about that.
weird. I'll just say it, like, as somebody who likes wings and such, that's fucking weird. I don't care what you have to say about it, Ben.
Omari
If you're
does
lis-
it too. Omari
Yeah.
does it too.
Omari, Ben, you're fucking weird. I said it, I don't take it back. It's weird. Anyways, it's not weird for death dogs to do that, because they're monstrosities. So, the party did a little bit of...
Calling our friends death dogs. I'm sorry.
From now on, Ben and Omari referred to as death dogs. Investigating the room as the death dogs enjoyed their huge hunkin' things of bison meats, you discovered an orc that had wounds of being bitten and cauterized all at the same time. A very nasty end, but unlike a lot of the other corpses around, I mean, barring the ones done from the wizard's fireball, but there's way more body on this one. Cluing the party into the terrors that were to come. Moving further down into the Carter, you finally came across the main body of the Burning Banner, a war band from the region of Thar, which is to the northeast of, the Moonsea region, Flan specifically. There you came into contact with Elran, the brother of Gnarl Shieldbiter, who had taken his brother's burned and charred armor and ashes and covered himself in it, much like Kratos after a significant amount of ritual burning that had been applied to much of the tribe. A strange but very cool chain of events followed, with Rain peeing on the burning banner, issuing a challenge, tossing said pea-covered banner in there, being like, "What up, nerds? I'm here to fight." And instead of getting like a rousing like orc tribe, instead Elrin stood up, grabbed one of like the burning torches on the wall as Siren casts out spike growth underneath all the orcs' feet. A successful perception check from Elran. Pulled out a torch and lit the whole fucking room on fire. Just big dicked energy, the whole thing. Just looked Rain dead in the eyes, didn't say a word, threw down the torch, lit up the whole fucking room, and it was on like Donkey Kong. But in the bad way for the orcs, as the party more or less just steamrolled through most of the encounter. Some lots of little cool moments, a pretty much untouchable Gelt as phased in and out using the Ghost Step tattoo, and just all around just good teamwork. Made not short work of the Burning Banner, but a decisive victory is what I would call that one. Especially once Rain put on the big boy pants and went across the entire room, burning Hall and all orcs to all sides, taking multiple attacks of opportunity, and got up in Elrod's face, and they had a duke for the ages, as they just slashed the ever-living fuck out of each other. With Elren using this kind of large blackened great axe, battle axe. Great axe? Battle axe. No. I got this. I have stats for these things. This is important.
Mhm.
At least it's important to me. Yes, great axe. Almost kind of a dark and dirtied mirror to Rain's own Gigi. After felling Elren, his warg, and 12? Yeah, 12 different orcs, with the elderly and the too young to fight escaping further down the tunnel. The party quickly got their shit together, and continued down. There they found Cranan's chambers, where they found lots of books and maps, a bit of what appeared to be the Pool of Radiance. They found carvings of the Dragon Spine Mountains that had been carved into the roof. This large bed that had amethysts of notable value kind of in the bed frame, and another copy of Moonseek Cults, and just a ton of academia that one would not typically expect to find all the way out here in the Ticklebelly Hills, much less for a stone giant. As the party readied themselves, they entered into the very bottom part of Cranan's Carter, seeing the fleeing part of the burning banner, having ran up the steps at their full orcish aggressive speed, leaving the Carter. They finally came into contact with Cranan. However, from good research, listening to the broken story of Parg, the last remaining survivor of the Frostfur Goblin clan, who had told the party about Cranan's kind of descent into pure, unadulterated evil, having once been the guardian and protector of this part of the Ticklebelly Hells, stopping Ton of Praise, or Peritons, as they're officially known, from ravaging kind of the tribe and keeping other predators at bay, and maintaining the ecosystem of this area, had instead fallen into cruelty, sadism, and slowly but surely not only welcomed in the Burning Banner tribe, but almost systematically allowed for the entirety of the Frostfur tribe to be decimated and fed upon by Peritons, death dogs, sport for orcs, and other vile such manners. Knowing that this huge departure from character must be the possessing flame, the ancient evil, the old terror of the Moonsea, Tyranthraxis, in being of unknown origin, but possessing great malice, great intelligence, and great evil. The party shared a brief dialogue. You almost got me monologuing, answered Syndrome Meme right there. And finally saw Cranan, all well over 15 feet tall, stone giant to a T, with a large kind of red and gold mantle, kind of this cloak that hangs down off of his body, talismans everywhere, and piercing green eyes, which would be nigh impossible for most stone giants to possess. After a few brief words, the play was over, as the party just straight out said, "We know you're Tyranthraxis. Why don't we stop fucking around here? It's time to put our fisticuffs on." And Tyranthraxis sure as hell put on his fisticuffs, surrounding Cranan in a green fire. And one of the party's probably most brutal fights ensued. so many things happened in that fight. From Siren casting Sleet Storm to stop the halt of the Peritons, killing 2 as they fell over 100 feet straight into rock. Gelt delivered, nearly 100 points of damage in the opening volley, but took quite a bit of damage as the flames of Tyranthraxus washed over with every single hit. Alder took on this bone-mangled green flaming that we know now as a Hellhound, but Tyranthraxus' personal Hellhound. Siren fights with Peritons, use giant insects, and increase the size of one of her scorpions to a huge amount. Rain pretty much stepped in and stepped on. Gelt got picked up and put down 3 times. Alder could not hit this Hellhound for most of the fight, and finally connected with Green Flame Blade, watching as the Green Flames were almost devoured by this Hellhound. During the fight, Tyranthraxus opened up with a nasty critical on Gelt before then melding into stone. A few tense rounds before popping up at the top of the Carter and hucking down stones at the party from the very top, before coming back down to engage in the party in melee combat once more. First Gelt fell, then Rain fell, and turning around in a broken Cranen's body, only the wizard and the druid were left. With some choice words for both of them, the fight was looking very grim until the wizard pulled out a 4th level mind spike, and even with a success, psychic damage was enough to seemingly rid Tyranthraxus of possessing Cranen. With the final words of, "Keep the puppet," Tyranthraxus seemingly disappeared inside of himself, and the large body of Cranen fell finally. We return back to the party. I'm going to need Geltz and Rain. Both of you guys make me death saving throws before we start anything else. As you guys both took back-to-back crits from Cranen with the Great Club, all force of that giant, so let's start there.
11.
11, success.
10.
Success. All right. I will ask Alder and Siren, what would you like to do?
Siren will run to whichever of them is nearest and cast a cure wounds on them.
Alder will go to the other one as well, and feline agility to try and just stabilize.
All right. You pick up Rain, Siren, because Rain is closer. Alder, roll me a medicine check.
That's 9 HP.
Rain, you. And you're like, oh my god, how many ribs are broken? So many.
A lot. So many of them. Just a lot of ribs. Thank you, Siren.
With Siren's healing, your lungs are no longer collapsed, which, let me tell you from personal experience, is hell on earth.
Just stay there for a moment. There's no enemies around. Just...
Okay. Here, take this. As he seemingly produces a coin from out of nowhere, which when handed to you just kind of slips and just kind of disappears in magic. Bardic inspiration. Because you can add that to the roll of a healing spell healing.
Oh.
Thanks to the magical inspiration extra class feature that they added in that UA. And will be in Tasha's. So yeah, use that for healing Gelt, please.
Alright, and Alder, what'd you roll for that medicine as Siren is healing Rain?
I unfortunately rolled a 7.
Ooh, no, that's not going to do. Gelt, make me another death saving throw.
Can do. Only a 4, Captain.
That's a failure.
Where you at right now, Gelt?
I'm at only 1-1, because that's what we just started rolling.
Because we didn't make it all the way through the round after crushing you. Alder, you quickly learn that between your feline form and your own natural studies, that medicine has never been your great calling.
Oh.
And that did not change in this moment. In fact, the panic is starting to set in, especially after that feline agility. You just hear this, boom, 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 boom. And you're like, what is that noise? And realize it's your heart beating at least 180 beats per minute.
Yeah. And he'll even shout out that, Siren, I need help over here.
Siren's already running over, and when she gets there, she will use a second level spell because she has no first levels left. Cast Cure Wounds. Nice. And then another d6.
Oh, how?
Yep, get him looking right as rain.
Oh, that was a 6. So
Well,
it's
maybe not like you right now, but
Jesus.
yeah.
That's up to almost 33% health.
Yeah.
Hey.
The fight's over, dear. Just take a moment to collect yourself.
Glad you won.
Older one, if we're gonna get super specific, but yeah, I think I'd call it a team effort, all said and done. Well done, everyone.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, just here and
Congratulations.
just sits on the ground and just breathes
So-
for a minute.
So wait, what happened to Raxus? Ran to the green one,
Thorax. His name's Thorax.
Tyranthraxus.
His essence seemed to just fade away. I'm not sure if he's totally vanished from our plane of existence or just somewhere else, but that brings up our next point of order, I imagine, which is what to do with this pool.
It's a good question.
pool is to your right, and it shines with that silvery lights. And as this fight, when you guys entered, it was kind of late afternoon. As the sun's kind of setting, it's getting more and more. The shadow is overtaking the Carter, but the light around you is as strong as a torch. As more and more shadow takes it, and it just with this constant, just almost hum of power, the pool just sits almost pleasantly. You can feel it's kind of like being in Bleach, like what is it, the Ryatsu? Like it's just dense here. Like all of you, having had spellcasting abilities at one point or another, can feel the magic here. It almost calls out as you guys begin to talk about the Pool of Radiance.
How does, for Alder even, how does like just the feeling of the green flame resonate with the pool right now?
In perfect harmony is the best way to describe it. You've used magics, fire magic has always spoken to you due to your nature, but magic such as abjuration, conjuration, transmutation, you've studied and understand how magic works, but for you, divination and fire magic have always been the ones that just meshed correctly. And as you feel kind of that green flame, that fire that has been altered, altered inside of you, you can just feel. It's like pouring water into like a lake, where it just 1 second it's in this nice container, the container being yourself, and then now into this much larger pool, and it's seamless. It's almost a bit of, even though you know that you have gone through great dangers, through great peril, you're seeing just the crushing blows that Gelt and Rain feel. You especially, but everyone feels just a little bit of sense of euphoria around here. Especially you, Alder. Just clicks in. Just, yeah.
Rain does use his warlock spell slot and cast Cure Wounds on himself while the other ones were taking care of Gelt. So I'm back up to 18 total.
Gelt, kind of getting up on his feet, will actually start to undo his shield arm.
Noted as well. So I believe, Siren, before I jumped in with some narrative, I believe you had something to say?
Siren's gonna keep it to herself for a second. She's thinking deep about it. If that's what.
Alder,
Yes.
from your research into everything, those who came before us, Reno Blade and Danalore, and those who dealt with this previously, the legends say that they use the pool, correct? Or no?
Does Alder
out of
actually recall
curiosity.
if they used it? Because obviously they sealed it off, but does he recall if they ever actually used its power itself?
Roll me a history check.
Okay.
Also, Alder, do you still have the scroll of legend lore? Or did you copy that down?
I have copied that down, but that's a 5th level spell, so I can't use it.
Also, once the spell's been copied, it's terminated pretty much.
Well,
And
it's
it
no
wasn't a
longer a
spell
scroll.
scroll. It was a
Oh yeah,
spell
it
book.
was in a book. That's
It was
correct.
in a
Yeah.
book. It was in a book.
Yes,
But I
it
copied
was.
it over, but yeah.
It was in the Dragonhide spellbook. I can't remember. I think Ulset Falgreen's Dragonhide spellbook. Ooh, fucking point to the DM for perfect recollection.
Yep, that was down in the horde.
That is currently on display in your guys' library / Alder's workshop in one of the glass cases behind the large desk, along with a copy of Rorith's spellbook, Alder's original beat up, put together spellbook, and I think one other one, but there's a small collection of spellbooks behind Alder's desk behind glass.
Also, that history check, I did roll only a 9.
Only a 9. Yeah, from what you recall, they used dispel magic to render it inert, and try to. The reason that the pool of radiance below Valjevo Keep has been rendered inert is from using the spell magic. So they didn't even, from what you recall, they didn't use it for anything, whether that was folly or foolhardy or a smart choice. Well, that's for the academics to decide. You're the academic. You decide.
True. Yeah, from what I read, all it ever really stated was that they spelled magic and rendered it inert back when it first popped up for them, so seems that they didn't use it in any way.
But
I'm
it's supposed.
inclined to be of
Go
that
ahead.
state of mind, personally. I I can't I can't disagree that it isn't tempting, but it feels unnatural to me, and not something mortals should rest for themselves. But
Gelt, after taking off his shield arm, pretty much, you'll say, I don't know, this may be just the one way that I can get my connection back to Tyr, though. So I would be willing to try it.
Honestly, there's a part of me that sees what Gelt sees a bit as well. I understand that it's a lot, and it's a lot of power. But we're the ones that get to decide kind of how we use it in a way here. And I don't know. There's a potential and there's a flow here. And I understand saying it's not natural, but Why's it open up again? You know, it might not be something that we can neatly put into everything, but I don't think this is the last time this pool is going to show up by any means either.
I don't think it should be left open in a long-term sense. But
No, whether we use it or not, it must be destroyed.
the opportunist in me, the mercenary in me, I mean, I am desperately tempted to try something. Not to try and modify or change my body, because I like this form I have now. I have no interest in that. But I don't know, tempted to see if maybe can't make something more magical or something like that. I don't know. I'm just tempted. But for you, Gelt, I understand maybe wanting to see if you can get back the form you lost.
I'm not interested in gaining back the form I lost. In this form, I can serve Tyr for much longer. All I care is getting back my connection and knowing what he must want done, or what he wants done.
Well, you probably should do a little praying to Tyr before you take a dip in that water then to see if that's actually going to help you.
That's exactly what he was going to do, actually.
Okay, well, I'm glad that we're on the same page for you, buddy.
Yeah. So, and actually, hearing that, if you want to see what this does, I'm willing to show you. Guilt will walk to the edge, kneel down, and grab his symbol of Tyr, and start to pray.
Do a pray.
Yeah.
Go roll me as you pray. Roll me one religion check and one charisma saving throw.
Okay.
While he's doing that, could Siren plant her tree of sending?
Indeed, you can.
Religion was 15, and you said a charisma
Saving throw.
saving throw?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I thought I was way more charismatic. What happened?
I mean, you're no longer a paladin. That's what happened.
Well, does that affect your stats, though?
It affects your saving throws because you had that proficiency previously.
You're
and now
right.
you don't.
You're right. Yeah.
That's where it would have
There it is. And yes, Sierra, you speak the words, planted, not buried, and your tree forms on kind of the edge of the pool of radiance. Part of it even, like, hangs over. Just the canopy of it.
Got it.
That was a 12, Dom.
A 12. You pray to Tyr, and you hear that same voice, and your prayer to Tyr is spoken as well, but this time in service to Bane. As you're praying, you go to that kind of resting spot in your mind, and you can see your dark passenger doing the same thing, and you guys make eye contact. And for the first time, there's not jeering. There is simply a nod as he copies your movements. And you feel the pull to enter into the pool of radiance. It is strong. And with a 12, you need to go into the pool, is what your gut is telling you.
As I finish my prayer, I'll stand up and begin a slow walk to submerge myself into the pool.
Excellent. Roll me a D100 and a D10.
That's the weird shaped one, right? The dodecahedron.
What? It's the two that look like D10s, but one of them has extra zeros on it.
Oh, D10. That's right. Jesus Christ.
Uh-huh.
I'm holding. My bad. All right. So for the roll, the 100, that's a 20.
20?
And for the D10,
Don't die.
that's a 9.
A 9. Goat, you walk into the pool, and it is pure euphoria. You feel your wounds heal. You feel your bone structures realign. You feel everything about you has been supercharged. It's like getting a hug from God.
Heroin?
And as Gelt exits the pool, he exits not as an elf, but as a man. And not with one hand, but two.
What
Gelt.
color is it?
Gelt, you are magically healed of all afflictions and wounds.
Wow.
And it is his normal colored hand.
Wow, so my olive toned skin.
As you walk out as the human Gelt Moore. Gelt, go ahead and revert all of your stats to your original human stats, including your
gosh.
feat variant.
Okay.
Beautiful. Wow.
You are still currently a fighter.
Okay.
And
I was half not expecting that to go as exactly as we had hoped. Holy shit, Gelt.
That is amazing. And seeing that, I think Alder will even take off the shawl and hand the scroll of dispel magic over to Siren and just say, I need to do this. Please.
Range is flabbergasted.
If it goes wrong, I'm trusting you to shut it off immediately, but please, I have to do this for myself.
Siren looks uneasy about all this, but gives you a nod and takes the scroll and walks to the side of the pool. And just waits.
Alder, as you
Holy
enter
shit,
into the
Gelt.
pool, roll me that D100 and that D10.
All right. Alder's quest to view one with fire. Here it comes, y'all.
Are you just hoping you become a fire elemental?
I mean, if Alder, just to give you where I'm coming from with the character, at
Oh, yeah.
least. Obviously, Alder has always been infatuated with that and understanding fire and different forms of fire and the different forms in different people. And especially feeling the harmony with his own fire with this is an opportunity to truly understand it in a way unlike any other. And if it goes bad, pull the plug on me, but he's going to take it. He's going to take the chance. So, you said D100 and a D10, right?
Mm-hmm. You don't need to make a charisma saving throw since you're going in willingly.
Yes. Okay. That is a 21 on the D100
Mm-hmm.
and an 8 on the D10. Oh, God.
Perfect. Alder, you enter into the pool, and you all watch as Alder's body, in this moment, he goes deeper into the pool than Gelt does, fully submerging, and the whole pool turns to green. And Alder, you feel that green fire just erupt from every single pore, and your entire being becomes that green flame. Think almost like Deku in when he goes to where the other users are, in just kind of this space of green flame, and you connect to a larger source of fire. It expands out from the superheated core of the planet out past into kind of the past the planet into space. You can feel the burning of these stars, and you go farther out and you just find these great sources of flame that you didn't even know existed. things that people had only spoken of, and you go farther and farther and farther into this darkness, into the blackness, into the void, where eventually you passed even the farthest stars, even the farthest sources of fire, and it becomes cold. Painfully, dreadfully cold. And there, farther than you could even feasibly imagine, like a great growing inferno outside the realm of space as you know it, you hear, "So you're the one."
Fucking.
And there are no words as this green fire pours into you, deeper and deeper and deeper. And you feel your entire essence burn away. And then you are flung back into this form. Alder, as you are coming back, you sense time speeding up. You can see the rotation of the planets. And you shoot down and you are seeing kind of an aerial view of Flan before dropping down into Podol Plaza. You can look to your right and see the Zenitrum Estates, to your left Mantor's Library, and you know past that to Aya Glenmir's own house, her greenhouse. And you look to the Cinnabar throne. And you hear. And atop from the Cinnabar throne, atop of Valjevo Keep, a great green serpent, larger than you have ever seen. Its wingspan almost eclipsing the entire keep itself from side to side. The largest dragon you have ever seen, could possibly imagine. And it reels back and breathes into Valjevo Keep with a green, noxious gas. And you hear, in a voice that is both loud and quiet at the same time, "Flan is mine." Before, as Alder steps out of the pool of radiance, he is seemingly fine.
Is he still a cat?
He is indeed still a cat. However, Alder, you feel the absolute need and necessity to carry some of the pool of radiance with you. And you take one of your, as you are down in this pool, you take one of your, as you used a health potion, I assume, correct?
Yes.
You
I
take
did
one of
have
your-
a vial on me. Yeah.
And without even thinking, without any conscious thoughts, and store it
I noticed
away.
that.
You can roll perception.
22.
You do not. And as you come out, the only difference with Alder, he's still cat-like, is that his eyes are now green. Alder, moving forward, whenever you use a fire-based attack, you now add your intelligence modifier to it.
Nice. That's sick.
Very nice.
And you can see as he exits out, it's like you're worried at first because he is actively on green fire. Just but as he exits from the pool, as each part of them comes through, it's like the green fire is pulled from him back into the pool of radiance, and Alder, you have never felt more alive.
Oh boy. That That's a feeling right there.
Are you still yourself?
I was about to ask the same thing.
I feel like it. I feel like a battery just went off of me for sure.
What's a battery?
Like the crime.
I imagine, as you say that, I imagine Alder will just conjure flame and it will be the brightest you've ever seen it before at this point.
That's a lot of green flame.
It almost like when Fire Fist Ace uses the plasma, making fire into it like that bright kind of green. It almost now has almost a liquid character to it.
That's the good news, I would say. The bad news is I got a feeling he's already here. And we gotta get back to plan.
You got to use names and not just pronouns, friend.
Yeah.
Tyrannosaurus, I think
Gorgon Shirax again.
yes.
You said the dragon.
I I felt like this is going off a hunch, but I feel like I could see him, or maybe a shared vision or something. But what I saw, I mean, I feel like I saw everything, but I saw a Flan, and I saw a green dragon, the likes of which we've never seen. Estimating it. I don't know if that's happening right now, or if that's what's coming up soon, but I don't trust it.
Siren's real sus about the green eyes. Can she roll insight on Alder?
Indeed.
Done.
You may go for it.
That's a 23 insight.
The green eyes are worrisome,
Yeah.
but Alder's definitely not lying. If anything, you feel a very real sense of fear from this vision.
Hmm.
You feel uneasy with the green eyes, but even more uneasy at the words that Alder is speaking.
Siren walks over to her tree of sending and sends a message to the Winterhund. And all she asks is there anything you wouldn't do to save my life?
You wait a minute. Here. Sends its message out. And then you get a response. Do you even need to ask? Siren, what's wrong?
She responds, I'm okay. I will fill you in once my mission is complete. And she returns her tree to its staff form. And yeah, if Rain isn't going to, Siren's going to fill her mind with thoughts of Kalambora and her desire to have the power to save her, and we'll walk into the pool.
Alright, Siren. Roll me that D100
I
and that
can't believe
D10.
we're all doing it. Ooh.
A D100 and then a D10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is an 83
An 83. Okay.
and a 2.
And a 2. Alright. Let me take a look, see. Siren, the pool. You enter into the pool, and much like everyone, it is pure euphoria. You feel it seep into you, and the only feeling that can even compare to it is the feeling of adventuring. But this is just so good. It's the feeling like somebody would have after not having a cigarette for like a whole week, or maybe a whole month, and having that first cigarette and just, oh shit, that's fucking good. Like, through your entire body, and you feel yourself sink lower and lower and lower and lower until there is nothing but darkness. And then there is fire. And you travel deep until you see a red-skinned woman. Her eyes red, no visible pupils or sclera. The same brown hair, but this time her features have grown horns. 4 of them that go back and hold her hair back. You say she wears all black, but they are no longer the cloths of a Kalimvarite, but the blackened and tanned hides of many demons. And as you are sitting there, you can't help but say, Kalimvora! And reach your hand out, and she turns. There's a look of confusion, and she reaches out and touches your hand. Siren? Siren? And just as you are about to respond, you feel yourself pulled back all the way up, so close, just the briefest bear of a touch. And as you are deposited back into the pool of radiance, Siren, one time, and only one time, you may cast Summon Greater Demon.
Holy! Oh, dude.
Oh, dang.
Yes,
I'm gonna cry.
that's amazing. Oh.
You know the name of a demon.
And as you're being
That's-
pulled back, you can see rising from behind. You're almost going like feet first, or feet above, as you're straining to reach your hand out to Kalimvora, and you see that same red-skinned demon. And he knows that you are there. And in your mind, in a language that you cannot pronounce, you do indeed hear a name, which I will tell you at a later time.
Okay. Holy shit. Yeah, I imagine Siren, like, since she's going up feet first, like, does she kind of just, like, get shunted out of the pool, or what happens there? Or does she just kind of hit the surface?
You hit the surface, and you'll become buoyant as your feet hit first, and then whoosh, since you're a mortal creature, you flip back up, and you all see Siren. The rest of you saw the pool go dark and dark and dark before lighting back up, and Siren shoots feet first, like foomp, and then kind of comes back and psh, hair a wet. The same Siren that entered into the pool, of course.
She climbs out, um, with just, yeah, a look of resolve on her face, kind of just staring off into the distance a bit.
You okay?
Yes, I saw her, Kalimvora.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna have to do the pronouns thing again. Wow,
Where is
holy
she?
shit.
The hells. They changed her into at least part devil. She still recognized me, though. It's hard for me to say what was in her voice, but she knew who I was.
Oh, fuck.
Just wow.
Oh, she's out there and she knows who you are. I guess that's a start in some ways. Hmm.
Yes, I think I might have means to shorten that gap between us, at least. I need a moment, I'm sorry. And she walks into the cave we came from, into the like giant's chambers,
You do.
and has
That
a good fucking cry.
You don't need to roll perception checks. You can, with the acoustics of this cave, you can hear a full-bodied sob coming from Siren in that cave. No perception checks needed.
that whole thing hits Rain really hard. He felt like he failed when Kalimvora got taken, so yeah, he's just sitting there cross-legged with his hand over his mouth, and you can see tears.
Alder will come over and put a hand on your shoulder if if you're
I
willing.
think you can well, if I'm sitting, I think you can reach my shoulder. It's
Yeah.
a very
Yeah.
tall
With him
shoulder,
sitting,
so-
yeah, it's easy enough.
I'm just glad she's alive and recognized Siren.
Me too, man. Me too.
Wow. Shit. My wants seem rather selfish compared to what y'all went dipping into the pool for. Fuck.
Hey, man. Don't be so hard on yourself. If you're the one who's gone through the most, as he kind of jokes a little bit and nudges at you, but brings it back a bit and says, "Listen,
He looked at his guns like, yeah, I know.
listen. Everyone's got a different reason for why they're doing it. Doesn't make yours any less real to you, pal. And come on, good dwarf, you don't need me to tell you that."
No, I know. I know. I'm just. I'm curious to see if this will affect items in a way it can seem to affect people. Because I don't need to do anything to change my body. I don't have somebody I'm trying to track down. I just want to be more prepared for whatever fresh hell you saw in your vision.
That's that's smart. That's smart.
Um, as if he's gonna see if it works without him going into the pool, but he'll go into the pool with it if he needs to. But he stands up and takes last breath off of his belt and dips his dragon horn into the pool of radiance.
You take last breath, and you drop it in, and you pull it back out, and now you have a last breath full of Pool of Radiance.
Okay, yeah. If there's no immediate notice of it doing anything in particular with the item itself, then Uh, he'll. Yep. Well, we're gonna see if this pool is as wish fulfilling as it seems to be. As he, yep, he'll take last breath and is gonna dip into the pool like the rest of the party,
Go ahead and roll
hoping
me
for
that
the best.
D100 and that D10. And
He just,
Rain, like a favorite character played by Tom Ellis of mine, what is it that you truly desire?
what is it I truly desire?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in this moment, in seeing how far we've come and yet how far we still have to come to be the heroes that we so desperately want to be, he wants the power to be the hero he knows he should be.
Okie dokie.
In the more broad sense. If you need more specific, I might have to think for a sec, but yeah.
Yeah, you can think for a sec, but go ahead and roll that out.
95 on the D hundo and 7 on the 10.
Rain, you enter into the pool, and it's once again it's that euphoria in all, in just every part of your being. The feeling is so undescribable. You've never felt better. For you, however, there is no great green flames. There is no falling deeper to find the person you care about. There is no restoration into a form you once held. But there is growth. As Rain, you exit from the pool, you put your hands to your face to wipe some of the pool of radiance, and your hand goes down to a full beard.
There you
Yes.
go.
There you go.
Oh, I'm a dwarf again. I'm sorry, that's so superficial of me. But
Nah, be happy, man.
I'm a dwarf again.
Like,
Oh, and he does he does quickly grab his symbol of Timora and he says sorry if that's cheating. In a quick small prayer, but goes back to his celebration.
well,
Um,
don't say I'm the only one that walked out of there with fire, am I right?
Interesting. Well, I got my beard back. I didn't see anything cool, but that pool feels like drugs, so that's interesting.
Yeah, all of the lost and founds. There's that there's that bit of each of you that feels a bit like Morty must feel when you get feels true level, where the sensations you feel after leaving the pool, there's no roll needed, just the psychological pull to get back in there, because you never feel better than when you're in that pool, and just the
Got it.
rawness that you feel, for Alder, for you, it's that fire, it's that having had your mind stretched so far and seeing such terrible things, to then come to a body who is not as prepared. Like, your body is fine, but your mind is stretched. For Gelt, it's returning back to this human form and having the hands and just all that immediate growth to come out here, and you've got your old human flesh but you know it's not your original human flesh. You just sit there and you're just kind of baffled by it, but then your left hand is there and you try to summon some divine will, and that green flame will definitely go out, but it's just not all the way there. And Siren, for you, it's the raw of your body feeling so good, but then the rawness of the reality coming back. And small change, Siren. Not summon greater demon. It's infernal calling.
Infernal call.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the devil one.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Noise.
That was my bad. It's just summon greater demon. I'm like, yeah, wait. No. Hold on. Back up. It's infernal calling.
Even stronger.
Yeah. That's what you're gonna need. And then, rain. It's the same, but the rawness comes from looking at your companions. It's the rawness of also now being like, oh, holy shit, Timora. Like, going back and forth. Like, it's all of these things, and just everything was better in the pool. There's no, no wisdom saves for the party or anything like that. It's just you all had this experience of, on a scale of 1 to rather, it was rather. And now you're back in the material plane. Now you have material plane worries. And this is what we would call in literature a juxtapositional contrast. But that is, as you all exit the pool, you are in many ways better for it.
Now it must be destroyed.
Oh, before that, Gelt wants to take one of his empty flasks and see if he can't put some of the pool into it.
No. Siren stops you.
I
won't let you do that, I'm sorry.
Why not?
Because
Go ahead.
taking an anomalous object that messes with the weave itself it's too much to just carry around and keep in our home. No, we must destroy all of it.
We can maybe have some of the scribes or Philistrum analyze it or take a look.
I would not trust a single soul in plan with this.
You
Used
just
to
trust
say-
all 4 of us.
And that's the 4 of us. Who's to say that after destroying what's left of the stuff, you drop that vial, it hits the ground, and starts a new tear in the weave? We don't know what taking that away is going to do, and it's enough of a powerful thing that it's going to be chased after and sought after if people find out that it exists. I'm inclined to agree with Siren on this one. It's one thing to use it for ourselves right now and gain what we have lost for doing good to the realm. But I don't think it should leave here.
It'll come back. It says so in the notes. We know it'll come back.
Just because things are inevitable doesn't mean we shouldn't do our best to keep people safe. And I'm sorry, but as a druid and as a member of the Emerald Enclave, if you attempted to take some of this pool with you,
But the
I
Emerald
will use
Enclave
anything within my
doesn't
means
know
to stop
we're
you.
here.
They do, actually. I told them before we left.
I guess really my question is, what would you do with it, Gelt?
Again, I
plan?
told you I would give it to people to analyze.
That's where I think that's a bad idea.
Again, if you
Mainly-
plan on destroying it, it's going to be destroyed except for the small sample. Why not let the annals of history know about it and to be recorded about what it might be able to do, even in small essence? It took the entirety of that pool to change all 4 of us for the better, so its success rate currently is 100%.
It's also
So
where
who-
Tyranthraxis exists and where he came from. So there's
Yeah,
definitely
who's
potential
used
for
it?
great evil in it.
What happens if Tyranthrax's essence, which is still in that pool, ends up in that vial you take with you?
You just said he was in Flan. You felt him in Flan already.
That's not
Yeah, that was Alder.
Thorax.
That was Vorgan Shorax.
Oh,
That was a
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ!
Oh my
Yeah.
The
Yeah, Tyranthraxis is the possessing flame, the green possessing flame. Vorgan Shorax is the
God.
main virulence, who is a green dragon.
Big ass dragon.
Okay,
A
so Borg and
ancient
Shorax
green
is the
dragon.
one that was felt in Flan.
Any
Yeah.
insight roll will tell you that Siren is resolute and she will rather fight you than let you take some.
It's fine. If you want to seal it away, and we already know it's going to come back. So if you intend to find this every time and seal it away, good
Do you know
luck.
how long ago it was that the last pool of radiance appeared?
150
No.
years ago.
This is the most defeatist and least heroic I've ever heard you, Gelt.
Again, I'm just saying we just saw what this pool could do for us. And again, there are people dying every day of even worse ailments than what even we were afflicted by. People could be saved, is all I'm saying.
There was
If
the-
you wanna-
there
if
was
you
a
wanna
reason the
seal
heroes
it
of Lords
away.
Sealed it away.
We even stepped farther than they did and actually took advantage of it. So, we've already done more than we probably should have, but I'm glad you're human again, Gelt.
Siren pulls out the scroll of Dispel Magic. Begins casting it on the pool.
We're gonna need more than just the one.
Yes, probably. But, I guess before I cast this, we should discuss how we intend to damage it. Because the Dispel Magic will merely render it vulnerable. We have to actually destroy it with other means. Is that correct, TM?
That is correct. That it will render it inert for a time, and that is when you can be rid of the liquid. It does not have its properties.
So perhaps find a way to fill the pool.
Which is a really good question.
Or vaporize
do-
it, or
I
cover
do
it,
have-
or whatever is at your disposal.
So, definitely got enough in me to throw another big flame at it if we want to go that route. Otherwise, filling it up or something might work too. Whatever we do, I think we should definitely just wreck this place as much as we can. The pool itself, that is.
I mean, I can shove the standing stones into it, but beyond that, I got about nothing else that I've gotten on me right now.
Standing stones might be a good idea. There's also that stone that nearly crushed me to death. So there are a number of large objects that we can fill this pool with. So I suppose pull those stones closer so that you can easily push them in while it's inert.
Got it. Are the standing stones like dug into the earth at all, or is this stone down here, Dom?
Oh, it's all stone in there, and
Got it.
standing stones have been deliberately stacked. Two of them are right up against the sides of it, but there are another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kind of towers of standing stones, and there's a significant number of them. They're standing stones for giants.
So they are really fucking big.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely, her Dwayne Johnson's version of Hercules, get your legs and push it, and you'll be able to topple it over. Be easier if you're a giant, but you're large, so the two
Yep.
there will be easiest.
Cool. Yeah, my max. Oh wait, no, I can even double that more. Haha. Oh yeah, I can drag. I can drag and push like half a ton of weight basically with being large and 18 strength.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Yeah,
If that's probably
toppling
going to be our
over.
best bet.
You're like, definitely. I got this. I got this. You
Yeah.
pull on the beard. Yeah, I got this now.
I've got a beard again. Which with my gold probably looks so badass. I'm so happy. Um, he's stressed about dealing with this pool though. Um, okay. How deep and big is this thing? Do I think the stones are enough that it'll fill it in?
The the nature of the pool of radiance, especially each of you guys' experience, way different levels of deepness to it. While it's active, it could have infinite depth.
Got it.
Yeah, and it's not like this clear pool that's like water. It's like this, you know, it's closer to like it's a few shades more translucent than like quicksilver, but it's almost like a milky silver that glows and has changed colors. But it's once somebody is submerged into it, it's more of like shadows. Um, it's not like a swimming pool. So while it's active, you would have the sinking idea that you could push these stones in there, and then you would never see those stones again. While it's active.
That's terrifying. I mean, yeah, it did take Siren to hell, so
Should it?
it's like reading Rainbow. I can go anywhere.
+1 for a reading Rainbow reference.
Love it.
You
Margaret would
loved
be
it.
proud.
You love to see it. Um,
Alright.
well, so just question before we start trying to do this now. Do either of you, and he's looking at you, Siren and Alder, have the juice to do any more of those dispelled magics besides the one on the scroll? Or are we just hoping that one is going to render this thing temporarily inert?
I can cast it up to 3 times.
Well, alrighty then.
Yeah, I don't know if this would be in or out of character, but I've got enough for two charges. Got enough juice left into that.
You're aware of how much magical power you still got left in the tank. That's both character and player knowledge. You're a
Okay.
wizard. You've got your magic down to, would you believe, a science.
If I focus specifically on dispelling the magic, I'll probably do 2 goes at it. That's if I'm only focused on that.
To be as efficient as possible, perhaps we should alternate castings.
That's a good idea to me.
I will start then if you're ready, Rain.
As ready as I'm gonna be.
Alright. Instead of using the scroll first, Siren's going to wave her staff, and a spectral black horse is going to run around the pool once and then dive in.
The pool stops glowing. It settles. The actual impact of that horse does actually make a splash. And as the pool's liquid splashes on the sides and leaves the pool, it pss, 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 leaving no trace, and the pool is now dark.
Does it like evaporate immediately?
As soon as it leaves the pool.
You're up, big boy.
Roar! He
Give me an
doesn't
athletics
rage or
check.
anything, but he is gonna Afflow. Afflet! Crit fail on the first one.
Ooh.
Can Gelt help?
Gelt refuses to help.
Oh, cool.
Take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as you push the rocks onto yourself. you get like one in there, and you're like, ha ha, and then.
Ow.
Go ahead and make me another athletics check for the other one.
I was gonna say, need help or?
I've got a health potion if you need it.
That one's a 17.
Yeah, this time you're like, okay. Don't push from the bottom. Get up a little bit. So you get up and about that's their giants. Each one's probably about 5. So you get about 4 or 5 in there, and you can see that now that the pool is rendered inert, it's actually not all that deep. Maybe 10, 12 feet deep, but as each of these boulders go in, huge waves start hucking liquid out of this, landing on you guys, and there's no longer that euphoric feeling as it touches your skin before immediately evaporating.
Destroying it with science.
Or at least trying to.
You've probably got another 3 more boulders that are directly next to the pool, from the ones that kind of toppled over onto you, that you could probably push into there with another athletics check.
I'll try one more time. This time is 16.
What was a solid, like 10 by 10 kind of pool that's 10 to 12 feet deep. The rocks cover most of it. A lot of the liquid has been brought out. There's still just a little bit left at the bottom, but most of the rocks are on top of it. So you can see the kind of being brought into there. Go ahead and roll insight.
Is that just rain or is that in general?
In general, except for Gelt.
Siren will assist Rain on that one.
Well, thank you. I got an 18.
An 18? Yeah, adding more rocks at this point isn't going to do it. You need to destroy that area if you want it.
I think it's time for the fireball then.
You got it in you for some ordnance, Alder.
Definitely got enough in me. I will say, if I do that, then I probably only have one good go that I can do at a dispel on this pool. So,
As it turns on right now, I think we should be okay.
okay.
I'll use my second dispel then, so you can focus on your fireball.
Is it still inert at this point, though, Dom?
It's hard to... You know that there is liquid still in there. You were unsure, and right as Siren is casting Dispel Magic, the light begins to, kind of like disco ball style, poke out from the ruins before the horse drops back into it, and the light recedes once again.
This time, since it's the pool is kind of down there, it'll be a black weasel that works its way down into it.
Alrighty. Everyone,
I vacate the premise.
I was gonna say, everyone, I suggest backing up right now.
Fire in the hole. There's going to be fire inside of a hole.
Fire in the hole.
I'm gonna hide behind the hut.
I was waiting for you to say I'm gonna hide behind a raid. But no, you don't hide behind me. My body is very frail right now. My body is very broken right now, though.
That's true. Come behind the hut.
Alright, I will roll damage, I believe, for our fireball then. So adding my new modifier with it, that's going to be 29 fire damage from that fireball.
You see Alder puts up a paw and like a tiny green sun appears and expands and expands and expands till it is larger than the diameter of the pool, and almost like slam dunks it straight into there, and there's a large and the outsides of the pool have liquefied the rock, and it begins to seep into there, and then it's just a liquid inferno in this pool. You can see the rocks that were in there are beginning to melt over there, and you're basically looking into a pit of magma, Bolin style. But there doesn't seem to be any light besides the wisp of kind of green flame at times, the heat of the magma. You all kind of feel that density of magic alleviate. And now it's just the heat from this, especially with kind of how the Carter is set. It's been cold, but now, especially with the sleet storm above and no sun, and it like in the crater, and no sources of heat besides the one burning bush at one point. The temperature was rapidly dropping, but now it kind of to a perfect temperature. The only person that doesn't notice it, of course, is you, Gelt, because you have the ring of warmth. You're just like, yeah, this is just fine. Any temperature, just fine. Gelt's the type of person that wears basketball shorts and like a hoodie in like 0 degrees outside.
Yeah.
Awful.
He's the Colorado dude.
He is the Colorado dude. He's like, it's not even that cold out.
That's my friend Christian when I lived in Flagstaff. He's just this big, tall, blonde Minnesotan dude. It's just like, I can withstand any weather. Good times. Rain doesn't have anything to say about this. He's just watching the lava cool.
Yeah, Siren's like next to you, and you can probably tell she looks kind of uneasy looking at, like, after the like shockwave of that fireball, and just kind of looking at Alder. She's sus.
Rain does use an action, and he casts light on Gigi to not just have us standing in the dark. And it's a golden light.
Golden lights, magma. It's not green. Fortunately, the rock does not turn into green magma. As cool as that would be, it's
so
normal
dark.
colored magma.
Can that be what hell magma look like? I'm just kidding.
If you ever come in contact with it, I'll put it down in my notes. If party goes to hell and finds magma, it needs to be green.
Yay!
Got it. But the feeling all around, it's quiet. There's Cranon's big ass fucking body over there, with its big mantle. Looking all pretty
Siren
good.
was kind of curious about that mantle he was wearing. Could I come over and examine it?
It's giant size. It's fucking big.
Yeah.
But it's since he fell forward, you can rest it off. It's red and gold embroidery all the way through it in various different kind of shapes. Go ahead and roll Arcana.
Sure. Hey, Alder, could you come over and help me with this?
Why, absolutely.
Okay.
Can give you bonus on that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, Gelt,
Yeah.
let's go check on the horses.
That's a 17 Arcana.
17. It has the 8 schools of magic woven into the kind of mantle.
Mm,
That's a lot of magic.
impressive.
Yeah, and they're not like in like nice, neat stuff. It's like uh, divination, conjuration, abjuration, evocation, transmutation, like necromancy. Like it's all just like I don't know if you guys have seen like the close-ups of the PS5 controllers that have like the square, circle, triangle, X, like over and over and over, and that makes up kind of like the grip of the PS5. It's a lot. It's a lot like that, like just woven over and over and over through this kind of for you guys. I mean, it's like it's bigger than a comforter, I guess would be. But it is. Um, it tingles with magic.
Does Siren get the impression if she sat inside of this thing that it would eventually attune to her and shrink?
You could hope for that. You-
Yeah.
Wrap up in a big old comforter.
I feel like we should take this with us. Rain, would you be able to carry this?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, if anything, the the only person broad enough to wear this currently is Rain.
Go
And
drag
even
behind me though like a
yeah,
king.
even then, the rest of the Lost and Found would need to treat you like a bride walking down the aisle, and need to like hold it up for you or be under it, be like this weird Chinese dragon sort of thing, but all under the cape.
No, I could be the sugar plum mom from Nutcracker and just have you all under my cape dress.
That is
How we
also
get-
true. 'Cause this thing is made for a stone giant, and it goes
That's
all the way
hilarious.
down to like base of the ankles. This thing is like 15 feet long and like at least the better part of 10 feet wide.
That's
I mean,
insane.
It's it is
That.
yeah. It was
It would make a good like tapestry. Or just banner in our building.
But hopefully, considering the magic on it, it's actually something we might be able to use.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's well. Well, thank you. I guess I'll keep it on me, but I'm not gonna wear it dragging along with me right now.
Ooh,
It's too big.
coward.
And do you want
Coward.
at some point I'm gonna have to walk past those nasty dogs. I don't want them snipping at this thing.
Oh, it's magic. I can take it.
so party as evening is fast approaching. Gelton Rain, I heard something about checking in on your horses.
That is right.
Yeah, we should probably go check in on them because Rain remembered that while we did put them into a kind of hidey hole, orcs went running into the wilderness. So he's at least a little bit worried about them.
You go up through the Carter, passing the still working on the bison. It has been too terribly long since that. Past the death dogs with their bison in hand, still chained up, but don't seem to mind you guys at all. Especially once seeing like the mantle, just like really calm down, or maybe become submissive is the way to phrase that.
Interesting.
But you continue. You go up and then back down, and then go to where your horses are, and they've all been murdered. No, your horses are just fine.
Do not play with me like that.
Okay, good. That's what we were hoping for.
No, I'm not gonna kill your horses off screen.
Thank
If I'm
God.
gonna do that, I'm gonna make you watch.
Make a watch.
Of
God
course
damn
you
it.
are.
Of course.
Rain, as we're tending to the horses and making sure that nothing got stolen from the wagon, is gonna say, Gelt, sorry to get full aggressive like that alongside Siren, but I just wanted to let you know I understand where your thinking is coming from, but it's very short-sighted, I think, in a little bit.
Well,
No
in
offense.
my eyes, it's very much a double standard for us to use it, then turn around and build up our walls, one
No,
would say.
once again, I understand what you're saying. But if this place were to become some magical cure-all that people start pilgrimaging to, every person who seems good on the outside and has a dark desire on the inside might get a chance at getting it, access to that.
And
It's just there's too many
I was
factors.
not hoping for that. I could have cared less for the preservation of the site itself. Again, it was for a mere sample of what was able to do what it did to us. Maybe we could have turned it into something else, or at least learned more about it. And again, a small matter of it was nothing more than, a small matter. It was something that would have just been analyzed, hopefully replicated.
But when it's something that is not natural, against how the gods designed the world to work, we tempted with it because we wanted to put ourselves on the line. But taking that with us puts the rest of the realm on the line. I just hope you'll one day understand that.
Yeah.
That's all Rain has to say.
As you're kind of having this conversation, Romy goes up and you don't notice it at first, and then you feel kind of a pull on your beard, and Romy's got about half of it. Yeah.
Oh shit, I haven't had this for a while. You son of a bitch. as he slowly pulls Rummy off of his face.
Gelt, your horse comes up to you and puts its forehead up against yours. And just breathes deeply. Just
Good to see you again, Roach. Glad you kept everyone safe.
nickers at you twice in confirmation. And then, moves off to the side and puts its head on your shoulder and kind of, with its giant war horse and its noticeable strength, pulls you in and just holds you there for a little bit.
Of course.
I love
Love
your horse.
And
I love
Geltz
Rummy
is,
too.
Right?
For the first time in months at this point, you put both hands and wrap them around your horse.
Well, I imagine we're still probably going to end up having to stay here one more night, so
Probably.
I just wanted to make sure that they were safe. We'll still leave them here for now, I think. But let's head back in, make sure that the other two are doing good still.
Yeah,
Well, they should
definitely.
be. I mean, we left them to just
Yeah.
unless the dogs got out, which
Oh no.
Who let the dogs out? Who?
not me. Rain does, as we're walking, Rain says, "You were real pretty as an elf, but I really do prefer you as a human."
It's definitely nice to be back in my human form.
I feel like he's like fully like baby fresh at this point, right? He doesn't even have any scars in the human form.
I mean, he hardly had any scars as the elder
God
form.
damn it, did I lose my fucking tattoo again?
Roll me a D100.
That is 76.
You still have your tattoo.
Oh, thank God.
Yes, your form has reverted, but you haven't like reincarnated into a new body. Since you're
Okay.
attuned to
Or
it,
does he have his first one?
you
The
check,
origin.
and boy, it's deep on you. That scarification. it's like
Oh, Christ.
it's like if two were there. No, you still have your tattoo in place.
Good.
You've got your hand, your tattoo, your human features. Gelt, the thing
Tiny
that you're
hand.
most excited for, like, I mean, there's a lot of things, you can't. Rain, you've noticed that Gelt just keeps kind of flexing his hand. You're doing like what I do when I get really excited. Yeah, the excited fingers with the left hand. Gelt
Yeah.
hasn't stopped moving his left hand this entire time. But Gelt, you're most excited to sleep.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. That's gonna be so good for you.
Yes, it is. I've waited so long, months.
Ooh, and now you don't have to just like nudge the pot around with your stump hand. You can actually cook with two hands.
That's right. This will be so much easier.
You can just pick up and put down your shield whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
You can. It's going to be way easier. It has been very hard for you to learn how to put on armor with only one hand. That is one of the hardest
Yeah.
parts.
Yeah, it is.
Doubles, if not triples, the time needed to put on all your stuff.
I believe it.
So you're just like, oh my god, my left hand. And since entering into the pool, you haven't heard from kind of your passenger.
Oh.
Check in with him when I sleep tonight.
Did this cure all
It
curses?
healed all afflictions.
Mmm.
Guess maybe
Curious
it
to
was an affliction.
see. Curious to see.
Mhm.
But Rain, as we are walking, as we're getting right back to where the other two are, does put an arm around you, Gut, and he says, "I hope you're still, even with arguing with you and everything about all that, you're still one of us. Like that doesn't change nothing.
Of course, of course.
Just wanted to make sure you still knew."
Yeah, no, we may come to ends at things, but that doesn't change anything about us.
Good. Good. It's not often we have to argue amongst ourselves, so
No.
always like to make sure we're all still good. As we come back into where Siren and Alder are.
Sir Nalder, where have you been during this? It takes a minute. It's not like a super quick walk. It's faster if you go up the steps and you have Orcus aggression, but much longer to go down, then back down, then down. It's like going up and down Thunderbird Mountain.
Get that reference.
Yeah, that's for North Phoenix people only. Nah. So
I think
go for it.
Siren will be kind of marking the ground around the body of the giant. I'm spacing on his name.
Cranen.
Cranen, yeah, of course. She's just kind of, she can't bury him, so she's just kind of trying to make kind of a respectful area for him, and it's better for nature anyway for him to just be out in the open air for whatever to find him.
Sky burial.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing big enough to haul his bones away, but you know what I mean.
Right,
I was gonna
yeah.
say.
And then she's going to do a little one for the scorpion as well, and just quietly thank him for helping.
Nice. Alder, roll me an investigation check while Siren is setting all of this up.
Will do.
Ooh.
That's an 11.
An 11, roll with advantage. As you feel a pull.
Ooh.
That's much better for unnatural 20.
Yeah, you're pulled into Cranen's chambers, and you see kind of the cistern that had that kind of liquids in it. And now looking at it, it's just you stick like a hand into it, and just kind of like just sticky liquids now. What was some liquid for the pool of radiance is now just rendered completely inert. Doesn't glow or have anything to it. You look around the room and towards the kind of the headboard. You see all those amethysts that are about 12 of them, which you would just know how to as somebody who has been in the market of trading gemstones once or twice before from Fencer 2, now that they're probably each worth, a good 100 gold pieces. Um, but behind the bookshelf that you were unaware before is a scroll. You pull out said scroll, and it's a scroll of gaseous form.
Ooh.
Mm.
That's handy dandy.
That's a fun spell.
That's a good spell right there.
And just ever so slightly, you hear, "For your travels." And you can feel kind of in the inside of your clothing, the vial just kind of warms for just a second. And you feel that same sense of euphoria wash over you. And then, like a blink. All right, you're back to it. All older, all the time. You're like, money. You're like, scroll, money.
Sick. This is awesome. Oh, love to see that one. Is the vial actually? Since you mentioned too that the vials that were in here now look inert and everything. How does the vial that I have on me now look at
You
this
take
point?
you take a quick glance in it, and it still radiates with light.
Bastard.
You cheeky cat.
I
We don't know
mean,
about that.
Nope.
Nope.
Have no way of knowing.
Cool. I mean that, and I don't mean that in a sarcastic way of cool. I mean that
No,
actually
it's
cool.
narratively it's juicy as fuck, so I'm here for it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean the irony here is palpable.
mhm.
On so many levels, but yes, although you look at it, you see it radiates, and it's that same kind of. It's like having a little compass of euphoria inside of you now. It's like you bring it out, the euphoria kind of disappears, and as soon as you tuck it back away and hide it into, your clothes or bag, wherever it is that you choose to put it, the better hidden away, the better you feel.
Oh, that's fun.
Yay! Well, hey man, he stepped into the pool, and this is what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
You
Yeah.
do, however, recover. As you're doing this, and you put it away, it is just in time for Rain and Gelt to kind of get back as they're heading. You can hear Rain just goof 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 as it kind of echoes through. Um, as you're kind of you guys walk into the room and see Alder has got like a scroll in one hand, and got a hand on the amethysts that are in this kind of bed chamber. She looks back to you. Alder.
well, hello, buddy. Are his eyes still green?
Yeah,
Okay, just making sure.
most definitely.
Yeah, seeing you over by the amethyst, he's like, oh shit. Oh yeah, if Cranen's sadly passed, I guess we can take these.
Well, they're not gonna do much out here, and I figured might as well see what was around.
Alan, you found a scroll?
Yeah, I did actually. This one will take some time to definitely go over it, but seems pretty useful actually.
And shit, more stuff inside of that book of yours, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
Real.
Great.
Horses are fine. We fed and watered them and everything, so they're all good to go. We came back out down this direction because we figured we'd probably end up staying down in the crater tonight or something. Or maybe in here, so we're not necessarily just out in the open. Is Siren still out in the crater?
Indeed, she is.
Rain is going to walk out to see how she's doing, seeing her doing her ritually. Well, I mean that in the best way possible, but basically doing last rightsy kind of stuff.
Yeah, she seems kind of 100% focused on the task in front of her. Pretty pensive.
I'm glad someone's given him the respect he deserves. At least according to all the stories we heard, he was way better than what we saw.
Yes. It's a shame. And she, you know what, she looks around. Are there any, like, what's the oldest plant looking thing around here?
The
bushes?
oldest plant. Yeah. Roll me nature.
That's a 16.
Looking around, up against kind of one of the walls, you see just a incredibly old roots going almost underneath part of the system. Just kind of think of like one of those old timey western trees, just like old and tall, and just in like one area where the sun hits just right. You can see that it has grown up and like leans towards kind of the rising sun.
Siren will summon a green weasel with her staff and cast Speak with Plants at the tree. And greet it gently and kindly and ask it if it has anything it would like to say about Cranon.
It kind of. What? Say about what? Oh. Bet you wish you were a tree now, huh, buddy? And you're talking to kind of this tree. It's old, gregarious, kind of cranky, not exactly very nice. Yeah. Thanks for not stepping on me. Is there anything else you want?
No, you can go back to your business. Thank you.
God damn half nymph talking, waking me up from sleep. It's already winter and cold. You can't see the fucking sun most of the day. It's just muttering as you let the spell kind of drop.
I needed that levity in my life. That was very good.
But yes, evening has night is coming. So night has arrived. There's still quite a bit of heat coming off from where the pool of radiance once was. You can see the steam as the temperature has dropped. Rises. Around the pool of radiance is quite nice. Or what was the pool of radiance? The pool of magma now. It is beginning to cool, though it should take some time. There's a lot of heat down there. So I guess what are you guys doing for dinner?
Do we have
If
some
we-
buffalo meat still?
Yeah, if we still had bison that was on the card, I would have brought it back with me.
Yeah, I mean, still got really you have one that's all niced up, and the other one basically is like, yes, we'll deal with this when we got to deal with this.
Exactly. Cool. Well then, yeah. We'll have Gelt cook us up some bison meat this time
Gelt,
instead of
roll me cooking
eating.
utensils, but with advantage because you have both your hands now.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a 17.
Oh yeah, like maybe it's the exhaustion of the day. Maybe it's the heaviness of it. Maybe it's just some good ass cooking from Gelt, but this bison nails it. Gelt, you actually feel real clever. You take some of like the larger pieces of the kind of that one burnt tree, the ones that became hardened by it, and set up like a little roast above the magma since it's already here. And get some good bison skewers going. You know,
Yeah.
and set it up, and it's just like you're like, man, weird way to cook, but it's just like, I'm clever. So yes, Gelt, you feel exceedingly clever, and the rest of you are much thankful for it as you get these bison skewers that are just right. It's like if you guys have been to Disneyland and got like the tiger skewers that are there.
No.
Oh fuck yeah, they're so good.
It's like that.
Oh, delicious. Just trust me. Everybody else, it's perfect.
I'm trusting you.
Fun.
Any of us carrying booze on us?
I I used to carry
should.
like a flask of hard alcohol on me, but I started traveling lighter once I got big. Plus, I'd have to actually carry like a cask to get drunk off of most days, so
That's fair.
Searching through
And
your things,
another-
Rain, you actually do, because you've never taken it out, but you do have some of your mead that you brought. It's the one that
So-
doesn't have any body to it, but
but
you,
it sat for a hell of a long time, so it's actually mead now instead of being just pre-mead.
yeah, that's you just like always you just always kind of forget about it, and it's like yeah, and you never think twice about it because it's still so small.
Mm-hmm. As he says, "Oh wait," and pulls out a clay bottle, and says, "I do have a little bit of liquid honey for y'all. Mead.
Thank you, Rain.
You're welcome."
Always coming through.
If you're
As
sharing.
as he pulls that out for you guys, he says, I'm gonna be okay. I mean, I actually want to taste it for myself to see how it's aged, but beyond that, the three of you feel free to dig in.
Rain, roll me Brewmaster's tools.
Oh yeah. That's a 17.
17. Yeah, the aging process has it tastes very much like a sky river, just very light, almost closer to like a white wine rather than some of like the heavier, like a superstition that's got all that like body to it, or like a dense like a Viking's blood. It's very light, semi-sweet, more body than a white wine, way less fruity, but the aging is nice. Definitely pairs, with kind of the heaviness of the bison meat skewers and the lightness of the mead. You got a right little dinner party going on here.
Well, there we go. Dig in, folks. Oh, by the way, I said it's all I didn't say it to you, Steeren. Horses are fine. We fed and watered them. We hit them well enough the orcs didn't find them.
I had figured since you had not returned with grim looks on your faces that been the case. Thank you, though.
You're welcome.
Definitely would have heard a lot more.
Oh,
What
you
the heck?
probably would have heard me screaming from inside of the Carter. Praetor. Praetor's in character. Carter's out of character, damn it.
Oh my god.
Crater Carter, Crater Carter, Crater Carter.
um trying to decide if I actually want to tell this story to people. Like write it down and make a song about it and everything.
I mean,
He just says that out loud to no one in particular, but
I mean, you talking about our last little trip out here?
I mean, I haven't performed pretty much any of them because of just being busy and stuff, but I mean, I do write songs about our adventures and whatnot.
I mean, what makes for a better story than taking on the very person Reno Blade and his group took on years before?
True. Very true.
I mean,
Hmm.
if you don't write it down, I might just become this generation's Denelor. Start writing my own, you know?
Oh, I mean, I half expected you to have a published book within the next 5 years or something like that, Alder. Like, let's be real.
Yeah. I wish I could say I was a better writer than him, but and he kind of shows just some of the scribblings and things that literally would only make sense to Alder, you know? Like I wish I could show you all my actual notes right now because that's really what I think they look like, you know? It's just random stuff.
You know, if you want help at some point turning the things you've been learning into an actual narrative, I can assist you with that to some degree, I think.
Yeah, I think that would actually help out. I mean, right now I really just got like bullet points, in the inventory.
All I know
I
is
mean,
that as a
it's easy to read
songwriter,
the
I can tell
text.
a story.
I think I'll leave that to people like you. But if you want to take a look through them, be my guest.
Someday, maybe. For right now, honestly, I'm just glad the four of us are alive.
Me too.
That was a
I'm
tough
glad
one.
the four of us are alive.
Yeah.
I'm also very glad I have a beard.
Yes, it's feels like finally back to normal with you somehow.
As
Yeah.
you look at the 9'6"
Yeah.
golden scaled dwarf that he is. Yep, right back to normal, he says.
Yeah, I mean, brewed your own drink. You got your own beer now. Things are looking good.
I am curious to see if Timora is going to yell at me tonight about getting this thing back.
You're not allowed to have a beard, or
I mean, full stop, it was at least part of my payment for coming back to life.
And this is a different beard. You paid her your old one.
yeah,
Better have
this
that
seems.
one.
I don't know the way I see it. This wasn't really a deal with her. This is an outside source, really.
So curious to see.
Does Timora want to claim power over the pool of radiance on that one? It's a little late
Oh,
now.
no, nothing like that. If she, I believe if she had had some other kind of idea for how that should have been handled, she would have let me know. But no, she's just, I don't know if she's possessive over all of the people that are her worshippers, but she feels particularly possessive over me. Not to toot my own horn. I don't.
Yeah. I think
I'm her
Kieran did
favorite.
make a slight face like, oh, look at me.
I'm just
Credit.
gonna.
Rain's
Huh?
credit. I've never met someone quite like him. I mean, he is a catch. Let's be honest here.
That is true. If I were a god, I would be thankful to have a servant like Rain.
Well, shit. Thanks, y'all. Okay. Well, I assume, considering Alder's vision, that we want to set out as soon as we feel right enough to do so tomorrow. So I'm gonna try and get to sleep as soon as I can. That meal's definitely gonna help. Thank you, Gelt.
Yeah, you're welcome, guys. Definitely earned it.
Oh shit, Gelt, you get to sleep.
Right. I'm excited. I'll look forward to it.
Well, let's get the lights out. Um, yeah. Good job, everyone. I feel like I say it a lot, but I'm always really proud of us.
I'm proud of us.
Really good work.
What to be proud of. By the skin of our teeth is, guess we almost seem to like it at this point.
Yeah,
We don't
that's
like it,
like
but it
our
happens a lot.
secondary like motto now. It's like the lost and found. Well, make sure you get back here. By the skin of our teeth.
Teeth that may or may not be my own teeth at the end of the day. I don't know. We've changed a few times. It's a long
Yeah.
tagline.
Though at least this time when we get back to town, it's not a completely new form. People will be able to recognize you, Gelt.
Yeah. You're gonna think I'm gonna be just going back between forms, I guess.
Oh joy. All right. Well, I am going to bed. I'm guessing the rest of the party is too.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
You all find sleep. Gelt, you find sleep immediately. Just, you lay down, you're just like, alright, I can do this. I just have to close my eyes and... It is... the rest of you be like, it's incredible. Gelt, got all of his armor off, cooked, found his spot, rolled out his bed mat, laid down, you're just like, good night, Siren. Good night, Rain. Good night, Alder. Good night, Gelt.
We
Good
do
night.
not do that. I resent you, Shannon.
And before you guys can even finish a whole loop of it, Gelt is sawing logs. Gelt, it is blissful sleep. Before we jump into the night's dreams, let's divvy up some experience, shall we?
Yay!
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So, your individual one. So, I've already given you all the individual ones leading up to this. However, everybody individually for learning the true nature of the pool and learning Cranon is Tyranthraxis at 1,500 experience points. Woo! Then, hold on. I'm going to need to do some math.
Yep, take your time.
So,
Would this be a good moment for us to step away for
yes. Go
secondary
ahead.
drinks or that kinds of things while you do math?
Yes,
cool.
yes,
I'll be back.
yes.
That is fair.
And sorry, you said we just got 1,500, correct?
1,500 individually, not shared between
Right.
everybody. Yes,
That's
correct.
what. Just wanted to make sure that I'd heard that right again because I forgot to do the math. Thank you.
Indeed. Alright, so. Drake. And for Erlen. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. That 1. And then 2 of those. And then Jesus Murphy. Okay. 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 Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yep, and money. I'm an adult virgin.
I'm reading up on my new spell.
Indeed. Once we get back, I will post a thing for you.
This is exactly what's needed.
Mm-hmm. You will need to be able to cast 5th level spells to do so. You have the knowledge. Now you're just lacking the power.
Oh, so I literally So I know how to cast it once, and then like the knowledge leaves me, essentially.
You know how to call a very specific. We'll get to the dream part. We'll get to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I understand.
Yeah. You have the knowledge that you have sought. Now you just need the power to do so. Which is fun. Which is so much fun.
And it gives me a new idea for a spell rot. That will be for us to discuss.
Mm. Da-la-da-da-da. Ba-da-la-la-la. Ba-da-la-da-da-da. Ba-da-la-la-la.
Boston makes me feel good.
Feel good. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what? Actually, before this, I'm gonna run and get something to drink.
I have returned.
So have I.
Now
Do
we
you
just
know what experience we reach our next level at?
3,400
That's
or
what-
34,000.
Oh,
Excuse me.
I was gonna say we're
Okay,
well
I'm almost there. Yeah.
We've reached level 3, everybody. Congrats.
Which realistically, considering everything, there's probably a good chance we're gonna hit. At least those of us who are
There's
of
a
the higher
decent
experience
chance.
amount.
Yeah.
Because where are you
For
at
three
right
of
now?
us.
Where are you at right now, Alder, experience-wise, with that 1,500 we just got?
Yeah, I'm close to 28,000.
Okay, so you're not that far behind us, because I'm at 2942.
Yeah, I'm 29,401.
Or 29,426 is what I meant, yeah. So, in theory, because we've done a decent amount of stuff, not as much as we did on our last adventure, though, for sure.
It's still possible. It's still
Mhm.
possible. I
Certainly.
think you guys will probably level up. It's
There's a good
possible for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we shall see. Also, I know it's more of a of a character thing, but sorry for being kind of a secret villain right now. Not even
Oh,
Alder
no,
knowing.
awesome. Please do your best to do that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying on that one.
'Cause
Yeah.
it's great. I love
Mhm.
it. But like,
I'm kind of
I
falling
find
to the
out-
one ring, but it's kind of like, okay, how do I play doing that and also not knowing that and not just busting this
Right.
line?
Yeah.
Because that would be shitty, you know.
I do have to resist just bursting into your secret scenes.
No, you don't.
Hey, bud, what are you doing here, huh?
What do you think you're doing here, Alder? Why don't you take a
Alder,
seat? What are you doing
What's
there?
Oh, I'm just looking for scrolls.
I'm just scroll hunting like you know I do.
I'm just practicing my cantrips.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Cantrips,
Oh, Dom,
Yes.
I thought of a better answer to the question that you had asked me about what Ryan desires most, just as a retrospective thing, even if it doesn't mean anything to the game now.
Yeah, sure.
He wants to be a hero who can inspire and rally Flan.
Noted. All right, everybody. So for defeating Cranon, possessed by Tyranthraxis, his personal hellhound, a dragon wing, a guard drake, Elrin, 4 Peritons, a dragon claw, the bisons, 30 orcs, and a warg. All together, divided between the 4 of you, add another 3,000 experience points. So
Nice.
from this adventure, from the 3,000 and then plus another 1,500 that you just got, so you should have added 4,500, and then also for Porg sneaking in should have been an extra, I think, like 350 as well,
Which we did get along the way.
which you guys got
Yeah.
along the way. But yeah, so from the resting during this night, everybody had 4,500 experience points if you haven't already.
Cool.
That is with your combat awards and your non-combat awards.
Very nice.
And then go ahead and add. So there's the stuff you guys got from for Elren, and then add 1,200. Add 12 amethysts. Each is worth 100 gold pieces. So for 1,200 from Cranan's Chambers, the Moonsea Cult book, another copy. And then the stone giant carvings from Cranan's Chambers do have a value or can be added to your velvet room. There is, because I know you guys will just use rituals and identifiers. So there's a mantle of spell resistance, wondrous item, rare. It does require attunement. The crimson fine linen cloak is edged with cloth of gold and bears a gold clasp. The wearer's ears tingle when a spell targets the wearer, whether or not it takes effect. And this provides you advantage on all spell saving throws. Moonsea Cults. Alder got the Scroll of Gaseous Form. Rain, you got that Potion of Greater Healing. And then also that Scroll of Dispel Magic. Everybody go ahead and add another renown point. And 10 and then 10 downtime days. So once everybody is done with that, let me know, and then we will go into during the evening as you slumber.
I got it.
I've got it down
So-
on my end.
Do we still want Rain to have the mantle, or would somebody else like to have that?
No, it did what I thought it did, so I think it can have it.
I'm excited about that. Thanks.
Yep, you can spend the evening wrapped up in it, Rain, and upon waking it will be to your size. So go ahead, knock that one off.
Awesome.
Yeah, and Gelt, you're full up on attunement slots, correct?
I believe so because I have the tattoo.
That's one. The Ring of Warmth, which is the
Yeah.
second one. And then I feel like there's something else that we're missing here.
Yeah.
Shields require it.
Oh, your Cloak of Protection.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
There
Yep.
it is. Yeah,
That
so
was the new one that you added too. Yep.
that's
That's
the
right,
one
yep.
that you used. That was the Ring of Warmth and the Cloak of Protection from the Order of the Gauntlets.
That's why your
Sure.
AC is so good now. You have that fucking
Yep.
cloak.
That's
The
right.
cloak
Yep.
plus the +1 split mail plus the shield. You know,
+1 shield. Yeah.
defensive
You-
duelist. You know,
You.
That's
Oh
the
yeah, you
thing.
have the defensive duelist back.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Gelt is that it's very hard for me to hit Gelts, and typically if I am gonna hit Gelts, it's gonna be a critical.
Usually. Yep.
Usually.
Yeah, which means it's like, oh, you're gonna miss all this small damage most of the time, but when I hit you, I'm gonna hit you really fucking hard.
Mm-hmm.
Catch all that big damage.
Mhm.
Good
Yeah.
thing.
Literally, the only time that he gets hit is crits, whether
Yeah.
he fails or you crit against him. You know.
Valid.
That's beauty in its own way. So
Mhm.
let's start with you, Gelt. You have sleep for the first time, and it is glorious. It was the worst part about being an elf. More so than losing a hand, more so than the odd looks and everything. Just the one thing they never talk to you about is the trance and how maddening that is for somebody who used to be a human. So sleep is... I mean, between the pool of radiance and sleep, even for you, that might be a hard one to choose between the two. However, you go to that, you're kind of... the waiting in your mind. And for the first time, looking up, you don't see your dark passenger. You look towards the symbol of Tyr that is always at the end of the room, and on one side is your dark passenger. Almost a ghostly reflection of you, a young human male, similar hair, not like a twin or like a doppelganger, but just same human male. All of his features are kind of just like all whitewashed. There's hardly any color, and on one of the scales you can see bars are erected. He is locked in with one leg hanging down, and the scale is on the ground with nothing on the other side to kind of balance it out. And he looks to you and says, "Alright, you got me. I don't know how you fucking did it, but here we are. Are you happy now? Trapped inside your fucking soul forever. Can't even do my thing."
Well, lucky for you, my life just got shortened. But look at it this way. I'll make you see good.
Yeah, and how are you exactly gonna do that?
By having you along the entire way, that I make every righteous decision I can, and watch you squirm as you want every soul I try to save. You want them to die, and I will pull them from whatever hellish fire you try to send them to or want them to go to.
Can you
And
die
I'll allow you.
twice? Can you die twice? Where do you go if you die a second time? Because, God, I would fucking rather die twice than have to watch you do this.
Well, I'll tell you about dying. I've died once already, and I came back. And you're dead, and you're here.
Dying doesn't make you special, Gelt. Trust me. Everybody but the gods does it. So he kind of hangs forward on the bars. So, what, your big plan is just to make me watch some sort of redemption?
You could say that. It'll be good for you. It'll be good for me. I'll have saved one more soul by the end of this.
Sure can fucking try. He kind of leans back into it, and just ever so slightly, the other side of the scale weighs down, lifting him just an inch higher as your dream comes to an end. Right.
Jacob, I have the biggest smile on my face.
Yes.
That
any of
was-
y'all-
That was
That was-
amazing.
That was so good. Have any of y'all watched Dragon Ball Super? Because this sounds exactly like what happened to Frieza, if you know what I'm talking about.
No, I haven't. I don't think I
Yes,
have.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
This is literally it. He's just in a cocoon, forced to watch the good shit for the rest of eternity. You know, like it's great.
So, well done, Gelt. Well, we'll just go. Yeah, let's start with Geltz. We'll go down from Geltz to Rain. Rain, you wrap yourself up in the mantle, and you're just like, man, I never find sheets that fit me outside my own home. So this is pretty sweet. And you lean up against the stone, which is comforting in its own way, and
Mhm.
sleep finds you. Pretty quickly. You do that thing with your beard that you enjoy while you're sleeping that you haven't been able to do in the better part of almost a whole year. Before you are pulled from whatever dreams you might have been having into a golden court
Yep.
with endless coins, built on gold coins constantly flowing, both liquid and solid forms, and sitting upon a most glorious golden throne. Golden skin, golden hair, golden clothing. Your lady in gold. She sits with one leg crossed over the other, reaches out a hand, and by your beard you are pulled across the entire hall.
See, he knew it. He knew it.
and pulls you up with just a swell until you feel you are dwarf size once more in comparison.
Hello, mistress.
Ranglian, what is this? As the grip on your beard grows tighter.
Sort of literal sense, or more of like a, you know what? I didn't choose to make this happen, if that's the answer you're looking for. Did you see the last things that were just going on to me?
She looks you very hard in the eyes. Yes, Ranglian. She drops you. Goof, goof, goof.
Sorry. I am very sorry. I sought not to circumvent our accord.
Well, Ranglian, we do have an agreement. And I suppose in the long run, my investments will pay off as pulled from kind of wherever you keep it, your kind of soul coin appears and it spins on one finger. You see kind of the blue dwarven bearded form of yourself kind of do like the Hercules happy to sad, like vase style. So, Ranglian, if we want to be very technical, and I do love a good technicality, you have a beard. I have your soul. You're not supposed to have a beard. So, as long as you have that beard, consider yourself cut off from my splendor. If you would like it back, you know what you need to do. But that is up to you. And she smiles and just this, it's a bigger smile than you have ever seen in every single gold tooth. And it is not a friendly smile, as it just stretches across the hall until there's nothing but this kind of big golden smile. And the mouth opens up and you wake up, the mantle now attuned to your size. Your hands go to your beard and it's still there. You look at your skin, still golden. Coin, still in your possession.
Okay. Well, he pulls out a. Well, he. I'm gonna try something. First, he braids his beard.
Mm-hmm. As you have done so many times before.
Mm-hmm. And gets it kind of cinched off at both ends, at the right up where it's near his chin and everything, and right down below. And then does use a dagger and remove it, and then shapes the rest of it all off, but keeps the braid.
Roll me a performance check on this.
22.
22? Yeah. You just... And you are now clean shaven with a long braid. As you feel you cut clean, but underneath you can already feel the stubble.
This is going to be a new daily challenge. I'm going to be the first beard who shaves daily. Or first dwarf who shaves daily.
Sounds like
There you
actual
go. There you go. Excellent. So, indeed. So, Rain, that is your evening. Siren. Sleep comes quickly, but more from exhaustion than from a place of comfort. The events of the day play out through your mind and take you back through your journey, but slow down this time as you kind of focus on Kalambora and this new changed form. So many of her features the same. So much different. The look of recognition pains you to your very soul. But beyond Kalambora, you see that large, scaled devil. Its form nearly draconic, and standing behind it holds like a crooked staff, almost like a shepherd's, behind. And it reaches forward and grasps around Kalambora and pulls her back into his embrace. And you hear this, and I'm going to post it. Temiravir Semirov. Semirov. And you see that name pour from the heart of this devil. Black and fiery. Then you see, moving up, away from the hells, an intricate symbol painted. Many different inferno geometric shapes put together. And a ruby of vast wealth in the center of it. You speak this name, and crawling forth from it through fire and through darkness, the eyes of this devil look upon you. And you hear, once again, "Be seeing you soon, adventurers. Be seeing you soon." Before you wake up in just a cold sweat. Just in time to see a now beardless Rain. And then finally, we go to Alder. Alder, you go to sleep. And once again, your life so very close to ending, but then walking away from it feeling better than ever. Your mind wanders. It goes from great source of fire to great source of fire. And is pulled farther and farther back. Until you are once again at that outer place. Where cold has overtaken, yet fire still burns. And you are embraced by that green flame once again. And from these flames around you, you feel that euphoric feeling once again. As it swirls around you. You hear, "There's power in you, Alder Chiskin. Power that is not yours, but could be. You could wield infinite flame beyond what your material planes would tell you. You need only do as I ask. And this fire, this knowledge, it is yours. As it spills farther and farther, a great cosmos of flame. You feel yourself grow larger, encompassing this maddeningly ending space, and extending, and you can feel this fire that is now yours begin to grasp onto the outsides of the material plane, like two giant cat claws that sink into it. And you have never felt such power. And then it pulls into yourself. Deeper and deeper and darker. And you see Flan once more. You see it surrounded by walls of thorns. These thorns grasp at the denizens of Flan. You see creatures emerge from it. You see individuals with green splattered across them, hauling off different people. You see the Laughing Goblin, a bar that you have spent much time at. And you see a hulking, two-headed figure slam an axe into a man you know well, Skylar Anderkin, as he is sent tumbling through the windows of the Laughing Goblin. You see green poison surround the city. You see the woman in purple riding her wyvern. You see a mousy-faced wizard commanding wearers of black. And you see yourself in front of the Cinnabar throne, presenting this small flask of the Pool of Radiance. Before the dream abruptly ends. And you wake with an easy start to the morning. Good morning, party. What would you like to do?
Dell will start with his daily prayer to Tyr, and afterwards he will go ahead and start making breakfast for the crew. Gonna go ahead and flatten out some bison steaks, and brought a little flour along. He's gonna go ahead and fry them up in some oil like some country fried steaks.
Love you for that.
The pool of magma still has heat going for it, so go ahead and roll me cooking utensils.
Can do.
Nice.
going to be
Rain. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
A 9.
A 9?
It's no. Do I get advantage?
Yeah, you
'Cause
still
I-
get advantage because you have two hands.
We're gonna go with the 9 because the other one was a crit failure. So
Yeah. No. Not a winner on this one. It's definitely food, definitely bison. But the heat has definitely left the magma pit this time around, and it's hard for Gelt to get it just right. So there's a couple places that's probably not raw, but way more bloody than you would have liked it to. The flour doesn't quite stick. Gelt did his best, but breakfast is served.
medium rare.
Proud of you, buddy.
It's like
Good
purple,
try.
not quite blue, but you know, but definitely, you know, nobody gets sick eating the food.
Well, that's good at least.
And it's not as bad as the food was when you guys made your way from the island back to Flan after Rain's death. Still not as bad as that.
Rain does try to cast the light cantrip, which he receives from being a celestial warlock, to make sure that with shaving his beard, even with holding on to the braid, that he's able to do it still.
It does indeed. It,
Okay, cool.
the
Okay.
light goes off.
Okay, cool. Okay. Well, that at least I can hold on to this and remember having a beard for a night.
Siren, after you kind of start as, Gelt is praying and Rain is shaving, and you wake up in kind of that cold sweat.
I think she, hands her tree of sending again, and, tells her father improperly about, the fact that we reached the Pool of Radiance and destroyed it. And she will inform Serenola that if my companion's visions are to be believed, Worgen Shorax has arrived in plan, and
Or will
will
soon.
attempt to return as quickly as possible.
You get a response from your father, who, though you cannot see his face through your sending tree, you can feel the warmth of the Winterhound through it. A bit of a relief to hear back from you, and pride. However, from Serenola, you get no response.
Shit. I send the same message to the Archdruid, just in case.
No response.
That's terrifying. Not much I can do about it. Actually, I'm gonna send another to what's his name?
Burroka,
Baroka, yeah.
no response.
Okay. Well, that's all I can do. I return it to staff form. Just prepare to leave.
Understood. Alder, you wake up feeling incredible.
Okay. So I wake up from that feeling great and all. Nothing,
you
nothing
feel-
out of the ordinary for me.
You feel fantastic.
Okay. Well,
Feel strong. Feel powerful. Feel energized.
Yeah. I mean, Alder's just feeling pretty darn good about himself right now. Then we got ourselves a good boost to everything. Got ourselves some scrolls and all. If anything, Alder probably would wake up feeling great. Might admire just kind of the dragon dagger that he took. Not, it was more of like a fun trophy and keepsake. Just kind of taking some time to kind of look over it and some of the details, which is, I remember, is so big it's almost basically a short sword at this point.
Any bigger, it would have been a short sword. Like, it's a dagger. Like, it's a dagger to somebody like Rain. For you, it's like, oh man. Like, it's, I mean, as long as your forearm, if not longer. It's the bat blade. Thick. With two C's.
Probably. I could display this near the desk. This is a nice trophy right here. Right.
As you guys all wake up and go about your morning routines, have some bison flattened steak. It's early enough. The chill is out. The day is yours.
Well,
Let's get the hell out of here.
yeah. We gotta give our money over to our keep, anyways.
We got to get back to Flan and make sure that it's not literally invaded currently.
True.
That's what I'm more worried about at
Yes,
this
let's
point.
make haste.
You guys head up the Carter, past the death dogs, who see you and smell you and begin to whine at you.
About these.
These are unnatural, aren't they?
You would definitely say that.
It would be a mercy to put them out of their misery.
Well, do we want to just like walk away from a cool explosion, or I can just like use an axe?
Do you think a fireball will do it all there?
I mean, I'm always willing to try.
I think that'll do it then.
You're willing, buddy.
Well, just so it turns out I am. Give me a shot here.
As we all
Yeah.
move further,
Yeah.
further down the path.
Yeah, do I need to really roll damage on this, or?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
They all fail since they're currently chained and can't move anywhere.
Okay, so that's gonna be 27 fire damage total.
You hurl a green fireball into there, and it burns away these death dogs, but they are still alive after that. Heavily burnt, in much pain, and you see all of them begin to strain. Pink, 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 pink. Everybody roll for initiative.
Jeez.
There we go.
17 for guild.
15.
21 for Siren.
10 for Alder.
Alright. Hold on, I need my DM pen. There you are, DM pen. So let's go back up to this. Alright, so let's see. Siren, what'd you roll? 21?
Yeah.
Rain, what did you roll?
8.
An 8? Alright. Counts. Alright, it's Siren.
Siren's going to run up next to Older so that she can see into the room and cast a spike growth. And just have it reach Arf just in front of us, basically.
Gotcha. Alright, then Skelt.
Alright. Can I get within 10 feet of it?
Not unless you want to move through spike growth.
I do not. Oh shit. Can I like strafe around the spike growth, or it's taking up the entire path?
What's the radius of your spike growth, Siren?
20 feet.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Jesus.
No, this whole room is filled.
Then I'll stay where I'm at, waiting for it to come and reserve an action to attack it.
Alright, Alder.
Alrighty. We're just gonna go and firebolt the nearest doggo that I can see.
Gotcha.
Firebolt.
Firebolt. Firebolt.
Do a 13 hit them or nah?
A 13 do hit.
Ooh. Roll the damage. Where's my d10? Oh boy. That's gonna be 22 fire damage.
Yeah, it streaks across, and as one of the dog's like head splits in half and then opens up. The firebolt heads straight through and then bursts out through the front of their eyes. One drops to the ground dead. The other four. Oh, anything else, Alder? I guess you can move back, I suppose.
I'll move back if it means giving someone else like a clear line of sight as well, since I've definitely got range on me. So.
Yep. Again, backing up. The death dogs failed their perception check, so they move as a pack. So Siren, roll me. Oh gosh, how many feet is that? It's 2D. Is it a D4 or 2D4 for 5 feet? For 5 feet. So if they're all chained up there. If they're all chained up here. Let's go. Let me get a better look at this map. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me 8d4.
Okay.
That's pretty bad rolls generally, but 14 piercing.
14. And how much? 14. Yeah, it's in any other place this would be a horror show of animal cruelty. As they run forward and just paws are pierced, they fall over themselves, on themselves, and none of them make it even to a worrying amount of distance to you guys before they are pierced and knocked to this awful cacophony of canine suffering. But by the time the last one just gets there, falls and just sinks lower onto these spikes. We're out of initiative.
Wow, quick, Siren.
Oh, dang.
No,
What?
literally as soon as Rain heard Siren say the verbal components for spike growth, he just turned around and started walking down the hall.
Yeah, a fireball and a spike growth in a small room with nowhere for them to go, and them being down creatures. Yeah. If you guys get got by death dogs at this point, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You survived the
have
Tyrant
to
Thraxus fight only to die to death dogs the next day? Weak.
And just like always, just so good to have the two of you casting.
Yeah, for real.
Aston makes me feel good. Dun, 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 dun.
All right, let's go get on the road.
You guys get to your horses. What's the travel pace?
Fast. As fast as possible.
Well, we have to go through because we're not on like roads yet or anything flat yet, right? It's still pretty
No, it's
rocky
still
and hilly.
Yeah, it's still Tickle Belly
We still have to go
hills.
normal then.
Yeah, realistically for safety, we'll go normal until we get out of the hills, and then probably kick it up into high gear once we get to flatter ground.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys begin to retrace the way you came. Stay and roll me cartographer tools.
Sure. Ooh, that's 21.
21. Yeah, you're able to retrace your path perfectly. And so you get, by the end of the full day, you've gone past the Ticklebilly Hills into the transition zone. You're right at the edge of the Grass Sea. which then flattens out, and it's pretty much a straight shot to the rest of Flan after the end of your first day. Go ahead, everybody, roll me a d20.
Okay.
Only for Gelt.
Yeah, everybody, roll me a d20.
11 for Gelt.
16.
It was 11.
Gotcha.
8.
8 or 18?
8.
8, and then Rain.
13.
13. Yep, you guys are good. You guys make it, and you're able to. You even pass by the kind of battle scene of like the 2 dead bullets, the cult members and guard drakes. You can. I mean, it helps since you guys are the ones fighting it, but you can see the whole thing now since the fog has dissipated. It's incredibly cold out now.
Oh, is it?
Yes. Not that Gelt minds, but definitely as you guys kind of leave the Ticklebelly Hills and some of these like tall mesa areas and start getting closer and closer, you can see that snow is beginning to fall consistently as you guys make it to the grass sea on your first day, knowing that at a fast travel you should be able to make it to Flan by nightfall on the following day.
Got it.
Nice.
Well, we will. I mean, obviously, we're not going to try and travel through the night while it's snowing, so we'll rest night and then hit it as early in the morning as we feel possible.
Agreed.
Sure thing. Give me some watches.
Go first.
Second.
I'll go third this time.
Oh, snap.
Cool.
Alright, Gelt, would you roll for perception check in the night? However,
It's gonna be.
Gelt, you don't have dark vision anymore.
I have my goggles.
rip.
There you go. Those don't require attunement.
Nope.
Alright.
For perception, I think that's. Oh, cool. 12.
12? Go ahead, Siren. You get through your watch just fine, Gelt.
It's a 19.
A 19. Roll me 2d6.
That's 7.
7. As your compatriots are resting, you are keeping lookout, and from the Ticklebilly Hills, you see what looks to be a light. It gets closer, and it's at first you think maybe it's a torch, but then you see that it's not a torch at all. It's a banner. A burning banner.
Yep. Siren is already moving and she kicks people awake. Burning banner. She towards the hills. Burning banner.
Gosh.
Up, up, up.
I am awake.
Yeah. Gotta start putting on his equipment.
No, there's no time to don your armor. I
Grab the
assume
spell book.
that takes
Let's
like
go.
10 minutes. Right?
Oh, you're right. It's heavy armor. God
Mhm.
damn it.
And you
I
have to
can't even
take
put
it
on
off
my cloak.
Oh, you can put on your cloak.
Okay.
Yeah, the cloak doesn't take like anything. If anything, you
No.
sleep in the cloak.
Siren is going to use her staff to cast Bark Skin.
What's my AC without armor?
10 plus dex.
10 plus dex plus 1 from your
Okay.
and then it doesn't, and then you can of course have your shield as well.
Yeah. 10 plus dex. Okay.
Grabbing my spell book, I will also cast Mage
Okay.
Armor on myself. And let's roll my portents right now while I'm thinking about it.
Indeed.
14
14.
and a 15.
14 and a 15. All right. Everybody
I
roll
think-
for an
Okay.
Go for it. What you got?
I was just gonna say, I think generally, like, bark skin is more of a misnomer than anything else, but for Siren, it's more literal, like, her skin becomes much more bark-like and kind of grows a bit. But anyway.
Yeah, absolutely important. Everybody go ahead and roll for initiative. They don't get the surprise that you see him coming, but they know who they're after.
Fighting the burning banner.
My finding rolled poorly on initiative.
It's bound to happen sometime, Siren.
Yeah. I was on a hot streak there for a minute.
Alright. So now Gelt took your position.
Yeah, sure did.
Okay. Let's do yeah, boy. I'm glad none of you guys can see these notes because only I could decipher all this.
Oh, I understand.
Gelt is 24. Rain is 13. Alder is 11. Siren is 8. So, as with the moon in the sky, snow everywhere, and it's been going at a bit of a pace, but not quite difficult terrain yet. And once again, good on you guys for buying winter clothes, because this would have really sucked without them.
Uh-huh.
As you hear the pounding of feet as these orcs are now full sprinting, a whole roar. You can feel, even with the snow kind of dampening some of the noise, thump, 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 thump. It's Gelt first.
Oh God, how far? I'm guessing they're pretty far away.
They've been on a what one would call a forced march, and they have Orcus aggression. They are moving incredibly fast. If one wanted to be technical, since they can see their enemies, you could say that they're moving 90 feet every round. They are booking it towards you guys, and it's a full. In this kind of darkness, Sarah was able to spot that, but you're not entirely sure what kind of numbers that they have right now. You just know that there is a see and feel a large number of orcs bearing down on you, emblazoned with, of course, the blazing banner. You got to say probably, they're probably 60 feet away. They are moving.
Okay. I guess I'll just hold a defensive position. Reserve an action till one of them comes within 10 feet and unleash on them.
Gotcha. All right. It is now. You guys rolled really low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 of the orcs make their way. Go ahead as one approaches you.
Attacking.
That is going to be. Oh God. An unnat 20.
An unnatural 20. Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. And that will do. 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. Got it. Yeah, you make a whoosh, and catch one as it's running, but it almost heeds no mind. You can see that this kind of first charge, they all have javelins, and they're going for like a full charge. So it's gonna get to you and make its attack. Aggressive. 18.
That would hit, but I'm going to go ahead and use my reaction to
You
increase
just did to make an attack.
Oh, I thought I
Readying your
reserved an
action.
action.
You still have to use your reaction to use your readied action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's how
Never
readied
mind.
actions work.
Did not know that.
As he spears you for 7 piercing damage, or javelins you, as the case may be. The other 5 orcs, you're in fighting shape, so you're gonna get a second one. They're moving in pairs of 2. Okay, no, that's a natural 2. So that one gets in the way. how are you guys? So we've got Gelt in the front. You guys have your typical camp set up. Your horses are behind you. So wagon, horses. You're kind of in like this, kind of grass field with some foliage here and kind of the in-between zone. We've got like a wagon and horses behind you. Gelt's in the front. Where are the rest of you guys, just to kind of get a better picture of this?
I'd say probably. I have no idea. Rain and Older and I are just further back than Gelt is always. Well, even not really, because he didn't move. So we're all
Mhm,
Yeah.
moved on.
within, like maybe in a square, like all within like 5 feet of each other or something.
I know I'm probably pretty close to Gelt, but I wouldn't have been. He tries not to be right next to anybody most of the time because he takes up so much fucking space now.
You guys want to be in your horizontal kind of pattern?
Yeah, I think that might be the best option unless
Making a
somebody wanted
line.
to be further behind the line.
I think
Alright.
that works.
So should it be like Alder, Gelt, Rain, Siren?
Sure.
If we were to move
Yeah,
from one side.
That sounds
so
right.
From right to if we're staring down the orcs, that's from right moving to left.
Got it.
Similar to how you guys were up against Tyranthraxis. So yeah, then 2 are gonna go after the other large creature here, which is you, Rain.
Me.
One of those is a natural 19. The other one,
Meats.
yeah, that's before adding all of its
Oh, got it.
stuff. Yeah.
Then that definitely hits.
The other one's only a 12.
That definitely misses.
Alright, that's 9 points of piercing damage. So, Gelt and Rain, you have 2 orcs on you. And then 1 for Siren, 1 for Alder. Siren. That's a natural 2, so that's going to be a no. Alder. That's only a 12.
That do not hit.
Alright, that's their first charge. Then it is Rain.
Rain is gonna use a bonus action and rage. What magical chaos effect do I get today? We'll see how useful it is. But whoever's right next to Rain, you look as he starts to sing the Ballad of Nothing, and then there's no visual, no sound. He just disappears. He was attacked and lands down.
Ooh.
I'll
Very
give you
nice.
advantage for that.
And for the rest of this rage, I can use a bonus action to teleport 30 feet.
Yeah,
With
you catch
advantage.
Yeah, you catch this first orc. They were not expecting you to teleport.
And that's a 22 to hit for 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. Gotcha. Yeah, you get a huge cut down one of these orcs. Not expecting it. Any deeper would have probably paralyzed and killed them immediately. There's that orcish thickness that makes them so much fun to fight, but also keeps them on their feet.
And yeah, he's not going to move any more than the teleportation movement that he did, so that's his turn.
All right, gotcha. It is now Alder's turn.
Okay. Sorry. The order. Am I right next to where Rain was, the one that he would have teleported behind then, or no?
Gelt is closest to you.
Okay, gotcha. Man, this would have been a great time for the Scorcher, but oh well. I guess with us up front there, we'll go ahead and stand and deliver. So we'll go ahead and do Green Flame Blade with the claws.
Green frame braid.
Green Flame. That's a 24 to hit.
Yeah, 24 to hit will do.
Just making sure. My intellect modifier, I get to add that as well to this, right?
Indeed, you do.
Now, does that actually work for when it hits them on the second one? Because I know you already do add it. So is that doubled or is that still the same?
That one stays the same. You just get with the
Okay.
initial one on this one. It's like sorcerer rules, basically, like elemental affinity. You get it once. So
Yep.
if you were to like cast like scorching ray, it's not like every time it stacks. It's like no, you get it once.
Yep.
So
That's
you
Yeah, I
what
think the. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say that's kind of what I figured, but I just wanted to make sure that I was giving the right damage out. So
yes,
Yeah, I
that is
believe the
correct.
official way that it's usually worded on class features is when you deal fire damage, you increase the damage for one target of that or something like that, or for one roll typically. So, yeah, perfect sense.
alrighty. Well then, the one in front of me, taking the claw attack, is gonna take 5 magical slashing and 12 fire, and then the buddy right next to him is gonna take that 12 fire as well.
Yeah. No, Alder, you um it's it's hard to describe because you slash the throat out of one with unnerving speed and it clutches and it's like someone threw a pail of water on the one next to it. That's just green, almost liquid-like flame. This kind of plasma just covers both, and the plasma just like disintegrates them as it falls down. Um, Gout, the one next to you is dead, and including the one in front of Alder.
All right.
So
You're good
one
at
of the
your
ones
job,
next to you.
Alder.
Yeah.
So you still have one in front of you. The one that's you did that good bit of damage is still up, but the other one that was untouched just as it almost consumes them. Is just how rapid this is. All right. um, and then Alder, any movement from you?
I think I'll stay where I am right now with the party.
Gotcha. Siren, I know your dexterity is better, so it's you.
Beautiful. I've got 2 in front of me, yeah?
Ah, no,
Any
you've
way
got
I
one in
could-
front of you. Sorry.
Oh, only one.
Mhm.
Okay. In which case, I'll just pull out Velvet Smile and give it a swing. That's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do.
And that will be 5 slashing and 6 acid.
Yeah, it's a devastating cut.
And yeah, that's it for me for now.
All right. The second wave comes forward. Another 6. As they begin to kind of surround each one of you guys. Alder, they saw that and they were not super pleased with it. So you're getting 3. Since the caster's the one to take. So 3 of these orcs go directly to Alder and begin to surround you. That's a... Those are 2 natural 19s for 24, 24, and then 15.
So yeah, so the first 2 definitely hit, and then I will shield and avoid the last one because I would have met.
What? Gotcha. Smart. You get the shield for the first one, and they come around in kind of a flanking maneuver and get you while you're putting the shield up in front of you. That is going to be 13 points of piercing damage. Just, as the rest of you see, just these orcs just split off. And then, yeah, not currently worried about Siren right now. So, Rain, 2 of them are gonna go up behind you and start making attacks as you are teleporting. It's a 19 and a 12.
The 12 misses, the 19 will hit.
Alright, it's 3 points of piercing damage since you're raging.
Thank
And
you.
then one's going up to you, Gelt, to take the place of the other one. Whoa. It's a 24.
No. Yeah, it does.
Alright, it's another. Yeah, that's 9 points of piercing damage.
Oh,
Alright, then we go back to the top. One hop this time. Gelt's
Meow.
turn.
all right.
Everybody clap your hands.
I have one next to me.
You've got 2.
2. All right.
Yeah, there's
and
the
I
one that
will...
you hit the first turn that is heavily damaged, and then a new fresh one that just got you.
Okay, I will make one attack on the hurt guy.
Mm-hmm.
Does 14 do?
A 14? Yes, 14 does do.
Okay. That's 13 points of damage to him.
Yeah, you just absolutely just slice through. You create 3 pieces of orc salami.
Alrighty, and then I'll make one other attack on the other guy. Oh, that's gonna be a no. That's a 10.
No, this one sees it's coming and throws up the javelin, and it catches in your chain.
Alrighty, and that'll be my turn.
All right. Then it is who's left alive from that first run. It's yep, you killed that one. That other one died. So I think one against Rain. Nope. One against Siren. Nope. There's one is dead. Yeah, alright. That's those oaks' turn. That's two big ol' misses. Rain.
Lots of orcs. Lots and lots of orcs.
Lots of
So I'm surrounded currently by 4 or
currently,
3.
Currently 3.
Got it.
So 2 in the back, 1 in the front. The one in the front just missed.
Got it. And then Siren has 1 on her,
Alder's got
but
3.
Alder is surrounded. Yeah.
They went for the caster.
As Rain will use his bonus action and teleport 30 feet towards Alder's direction and make an attack, or try to teleport next to one of the orcs that's next to Alder if I can do that with 30 feet, which I'm pretty sure I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then is going to make an attack against that one.
Go for it.
And he's going to reckless, because I'm assuming this time they know my trickses.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. See if I can get the crit. Okay. Yeah, 25 is going to hit, I'm assuming.
25 is going to hit.
Oh, for that max damage, 18.
Yeah, you just slice you like a magic trick. Do you want to see how I can make this orc's head disappear from its body? Then foop, there you are. So that's another dead orc.
Good. That's oh, yeah, no, that's, or I'm going to move to be next to another one because I still have my actual movement, so.
Yeah, you do. It's a short step over. And some of you and Alder are basically, back to back. Or side to side, depending on how you want to look at it.
Squish Wizard.
Speaking of Squish Wizard, it's your move. Your move.
Your move. There's 2 there. Are they within range that the Green Flame would hit both?
Unfortunately, not this time.
Gotcha. Okay. Well then. Hmm. Think then. Apologies, Rain. I'm not necessarily always going to be totally at the front, but we will Misty Step 30 feet to the side and strike the one closest to Rain with the firebolt, or at least attempt to.
Gotcha.
As we change places.
Hmm. Literally, though. I didn't even think of that, but it's true.
The old rook switcheroo.
I swapped my cat for my fucking gold giant.
You know, sometimes it be like that. And I'm really sorry. That's a crit fail.
Yeah, roll that damage.
Okay. Oh no. That's 17 fire damage. I'm sorry, but
Hits you right, Rain. You think to yourself, boy, I'm glad I don't have a beard right now. Because you know for a fact it would have lit your beard on fire. And boy, you're like, oh, what the fuck? And almost this fire almost like drips off of you. Like,
Rose.
like even in your rage, that's enough to make you go, oh, what the fuck?
I'm sorry. With that added modifier, that's some nasty damage, man. My bad.
Oh. Ow. Ow.
All right, that's Alder. Saran wrap.
Alright, so Rain teleported out from between the three of them.
Mhm.
Yes. I'd love to catch the three of them with a thunder wave if I could.
You do still have the orc in front of you.
Right, yeah, I'd be willing to take an opportunity attack from him.
All right. Your boldness is rewarded. It misses with a 9.
Beautiful. Then that's going to be a constitution save from the three of them.
Mm-hmm. One of them is a 17. The other two are 12 and 9.
17 does save.
Gotcha.
The other two will take full damage and will be knocked back 10 feet. Not bad. That's 11 thunder damage for the failures and 5 for the success.
Two of them get pushed, 10 feet back. The other one, its feet leave, and you hear it go, foom, 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 as it strikes your wagon and proceeds to move no more. And you're like, ooh, that got some air. Maybe a good 20, 30 feet on that one.
Beautiful.
All right.
And then since I've separated myself from the one I was next to, I'm actually going to use my bonus action to turn into a saber-toothed tiger and get even more distance away. If I could, I have 40-foot speed with the tiger, so probably 20 feet away from one of them. The one I was fighting before, I'd say.
Yep. You got it.
Okey-doke.
All right. It is now. So many of these orcs are dead now. Hold on. This one. Yep.
Kick-ass new formula learned, Siren.
Yeah. So.
Kick-ass new formula learned.
Yeah.
All right. So the two there. Gelt, you're taking 3 as you're the closest targets. And then the one Siren that you messed up is going to try to huck that spear at you. So Gelt, that's a critical fail, a 15, and a 20.
Is that a natural 20?
Unnatural 20.
I will use my reaction and increase my AC to 21.
Got it.
I love that even armorless, you still have such
I know.
such great AC right now.
I know. It's ridiculous.
And then there's the two. But you, Rain?
Hmm.
Alright. One of those is a 23, the other's a 21.
Both of them hit me.
Alright. And. So, 4, 8. Take 6 points of piercing damage. And then. This one's gonna huck that javelin at you, Siren. Will a 14 do?
It will.
Alright. It's now spearless. And you're gonna take.
Oh wait, Siren, Barkskin would apply to your animal form too. That's the whole point.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. That does not hit.
It does not. It does hit. It just does no damage as it shatters across your saber-tooth form.
It's one of the best parts about Barkskin as a druid.
All right, Gelt.
My turn again.
Yo yo.
I will make an attack on one of these guys first.
You've got 3 ample targets.
Nat 20.
That's what I love to hear. You'd love to see it.
That's right.
Good.
How do you want to do this? Because I know your minimum damage.
Yeah. Oh God. As they're just in their fervor and they line up, I just want to take the first one to the right, and with one good, just powerful whip, you don't even see the 3 individuals just come together as one and just cleave this and just tear a giant chunk out of it. And then I will make a second. Or go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just like how Siren got a great axe to the neck and nearly killed her, this is what would have happened had it got all the way through.
Yes. And then moving on to the next one, I will roll another one.
Mm-hmm.
For 14.
14. Yeah, that'll do.
He slams an orc to the ground like Thor and says, "Bring me more!"
More.
This is going to be 17 points of damage.
A second one falls. In fact, really,
I'm not entertained.
it's not 2 strikes. Really, Gelt, it's one like big whirlwind, and only the orc that is behind you, like around to your kind of side, is the one that is able to avoid this. As 2 orcs fall, and now there's only one by you.
And I will activate Action Surge and make another.
Good, do it. No, do
on
it.
him. And it's just one attack, right, for Action Surge?
No,
No, you
2,
get your
because
2.
it's a full
Oh, okay.
action.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, it's
The first
Think of the
one
haste.
is going to be 22.
yeah.
Roll damage first to see if you can
Yeah.
move on to a 4th.
True. Alright, that's going to be 15 points of damage.
Yeah, Gout, you keep the momentum with your whip and get the third one around in the same action. Boom, boom, boom. So
God.
everybody watches the just. Actually, it's more of that like really high, just like I don't know, whistle more than like a
Mhm.
crack of the spider. Woo! And then there are 3 dead orcs as they fall around Gelt's feet.
Oh gosh. And are there any other orcs that I can see at the moment?
Yeah, there's 2 over by Rain, and then there's one who just that is within your range, who just hucked a javelin over at a saber-tooth tiger Siren.
Okay, and I'll go ahead and attack him.
Gotcha.
12.
12 will not do.
Okay. Oh, we got 3 of them. All right.
Still an insane turn.
I will
Yeah.
use my bonus action though to healing wind.
Second wind.
Second one, sorry. That's a D10 again plus my level.
Mm-hmm. So
Hmm.
It's the fire.
Stuff.
Yep.
All right. And I end my turn.
all right. It is the only remaining orc from the first charge's turn. So Gelt, with you missing, it pulls its great axe now that it doesn't have any weapons. Is going to try to return one to you. Well, thank you, Dice. Give me a little something to work with, because there's my own crit.
There we go.
Yes.
Thanks, Dice. You roll mostly shit most of the time, but every now and then you reward me a little bit. Nope, you're not gonna reward me at all, as that's minimal damage on top of it. Okay. Great. So that's 14 points of slashing damage.
I think I healed.
Yeah. Rolled a 1 on my d12. God damn it, why did d12s hate me so much?
I do that though.
They're the most spiteful die in my opinion somehow.
Fucking most spiteful die. Alright, I've crossed my arms and now it's on to the next person's turn, which is Rain.
I love you, Dom. I still have 2 that are next to me, right?
Yeah, you do. There are 3 orcs left.
Cool.
The one that just cut up Gelt and the 2 next to you. There are currently 9 dead orcs.
Cool. We're a cool team, guys. I like us. I'm gonna make a reckless attack against one of them that's next to me.
Yo-ho.
It's another 25.
Mm-hmm.
And that is 17 points of damage.
Gigi doesn't smile as big as she can, but enough to open a red smile on this orc and just like nearly headless Nick. Just a little bit more. So the back of its head touches its spine.
As he turns to the last one and just barrels down at him. That's gonna be my turn.
Alright, Alder.
Alrighty. Well, we'll cast another firebolt at the last one. That's by Rain. This time we're gonna use the 14 portent on the roll, so
Yep.
plus 7. That's a 21.
Uh-huh, that'll do.
Thank you.
Of course, we're not gonna risk it that time. And that is going to be 17 fire damage.
Yeah, this time, yeah, just, and the liquid just passes straight through, and for a second it's like Ghost Rider, until the blackened skull begins to cut it, and the orc's body from the neck down falls down. Neck down, fall down.
Ooh, that's it for me.
And then, Siren.
Gonna attempt to pounce on my original one, assuming he's still up.
Yep, he's the last one.
Okie doke. 20-foot charge and pounce, and that's 19 to hit.
Uh-huh.
So then he has to make a strength saving throw.
That's no. I just tell you right now, that's no.
So he's knocked prone, and I also get to bite him. So the claw is. I rolled the wrong thing for that. It's 11 slashing, and then the bite. I have to roll for. That's a 24 to hit. So another 14 piercing.
Yep, you end it.
Yeah,
With
just land on top of him and just bite out his throat.
Oh, it's Gelt. This orc just gets you with a mean slash. There's that moment of ha ha, and then Sabretooth from behind.
Actually, you know what I do is like bite his head sideways, and Gelt, you just hear like the sound of like a coconut like being cracked open.
Oh god.
As like Sabretooth just goes through his entire skull.
Yeah.
All right, we are out of initiative.
Or are these? Well, let's check what these Burning Banner have. I guess they wanted to bring us gifts so late at night.
You
Go.
cheeky son of a
You
bitch.
roll investigation.
Oh god.
Rain is
Yes,
gonna.
16.
Oh, go ahead.
A what?
16. Sorry.
A 16?
16.
Yeah, you You do a pretty good ocular pat down, and while most of them have, hide armor, spears, great axe of orcish make, um, you do find, between the lot of them, 400 gold pieces.
Wow.
Nice.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I use my magical senses from being a wild magic barbarian to see if there's any magical items amongst this pile of bodies.
You reach out with your magical senses, and besides your party members, and what you wear now, as is, no, these orcs aren't carrying anything magical.
Cool.
And looking through, you can see that this is a vast majority seem to be younger orcs, a couple elderly orcs as well. And it's easy to put together insight not needed. That most of these are probably the remnants of the day's battle before. As you're feeling pretty
And-
confident that you may have completely routed the burning banner once and for all.
You know, I'll give them one thing. They put up a fight even when it was the least of them. So, go to whatever hell you were praying to, you lot of orc scum.
Yeah. I don't think that was a smart move on their part, but at least that's it.
I will always give a nod to conviction, I suppose.
You hear the sound of Siren gnawing on one of the skulls.
Jesus.
Strong conviction there. Oh my god.
Gross. Clean it up. So after pilfering through the last remnants of the burning banner, I believe it's Alder who has the last watch.
Yes.
What he said.
That's
All
what I
right.
said. Go for it.
Alder, yeah, you're feeling pretty jazzed about the whole thing. So go ahead and roll me perception.
That is a 14.
A 14. Yeah, the dawn greets you, and you can now with the full lights. I mean, your dark vision held, but yeah, is many young and old dead orcs litter kind of the field around you guys. But you wake up. Well, you still up, feeling good. Got your cat nap in earlier. Flex out, feeling strong, feeling good. As soon as daybreak breaks through, you start waking up your party members as they asked. Everybody, go ahead and just add 500 experience points individually for all the death dogs and the remnants of the burning banner.
Woo!
Dope.
Woo.
So close.
All right. Anything you guys need to do in the morning?
Other than just noshing on some rations real quick because I don't think we're trying to take the time to do a full cook. Nope, not for me.
Alder, roll your portents.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't sure if the last ones I rolled were gonna count over here or not.
No, those
so.
are yesterday's rolls.
Okay.
Yesterday.
It's kind of on the verge, so yeah. That then is gonna be a 16.
16.
2 16s actually. Okay.
Double 16. Yesterday. Oh, your divination seems so far away. All right, you guys load up. I mean, you guys were set for it. You begin making a fast journey through the grass sea. Really, I assume you guys are trying to go as fast as possible.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah. We don't know what the timeline of these prophetic visions that Alder has had is actually going to be. So, yep, it's getting there as fast as we can.
Go ahead and
Which
everybody
means
roll
I've been
Constitution
putting-
for your horses.
Okay.
Oh shit.
I was gonna say let's put a Siliel on the cart so that he can pull it faster.
Forget where the stats
Easy
are
enough.
for horses.
Okay.
Constitution for horse.
Uh-huh.
If you have a desk dryer like I do, which I believe you do, right? No, you have a different
No.
one. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah. I have.
So in our pinned messages, you should be able to find all the stats. There's a courser, desk dryer, a hubby, and a percheron.
The Gardementis isn't on there.
Exactly, because that's a style of horse, but not its stats.
Ah, then it is Destria. You're right.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah, plus 2 con.
Okay.
And I don't think they have any saving throw proficiencies, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they do not.
Oof. That's gonna be a 4 for Roach. Not doing too well, bud.
It's a level of exhaustion.
Ah.
15 for Siliel.
Success.
16 for Rummy.
Success.
So
And
Roach
they-
has 4 levels exhaustion.
No, a level of exhaustion.
Oh, okay.
I think 4 levels will kill you.
That's what I thought.
No,
I'm like,
it's-
No, 4 levels will
Close.
make it so that your horse isn't going anywhere. Like, your horse basically keels over.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
And then
But
for
no,
Flamir,
he's good. He's
Yeah,
more
yeah.
good than that.
yeah, he just has disadvantage on ability checks right now.
I mean,
Flamir also rolled a 10.
10? Yeah, that's a level of exhaustion. So, this is pretty much the hardest you guys have ridden these horses. Funnily enough, I'm just going to assume that Moonsea and Rummy are the ones who are pulling the cart. The two of them really spur each other on. And when you actually let Moonsea pull at full speed, he's much better behaved. Still angry, but he has somewhere to place all of that anger. However, Gelch, your horse, and Alder, your horse, are not spurned on by that kind of competition, and it's a hard day's ride. As you guys go through this, the grass sea is now, the snow sea. As you guys, as you make it to, you're trying to do like a diagonal shot, but also get closer to the iron route, because once you hit the iron route, you'll be able to move much faster. So you hit the iron route, and as the day begins to set, you begin to hear the backdrop of a number of loud noises as you begin to look and see Flan in the distance. And that's where we're going to end our session tonight.
Alright.
miss shit.
Well, here we go.
Here we go.
And I can
Things finally went to shit.
finally turn it to...
We did hear that they are probably already there before we took off.
Tyranny and Flan.
There it
We've
is.
reached... Welcome to the end game, guys.
We did
Here we
it.
are.
Found it.
And it's been a long journey, multiple deaths, multiple form changes, limbs have been cut off, tattoos have been had, you've loved, you lost, you found new adventuring things to do, you bought tons of stuff, you went from nothing to everything, and let's see if you can keep that. So, first off, good night, chat.
Good
night,
night,
chat.
Good night, chat.
Atten and Lurks, it's good to see you guys. Always happy to see you. Alright, night-night, chat. Also, later, future Dom. I know, we're going to do that game, the thing that I talked to you about how this is pastime, talking to future Dom, and when you're finishing watching this, you'll be like, I can't believe we're about to do this, and I'm going to be thinking, yeah, thanks, past Dom, for pointing it out. So here's to you, future Dom.